the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it, flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to a morning without Mike Winters. That's right, I ain't he. That wouldn't be me. Mike Winters out for the day.
Yep.
He's getting his oil changed.
Yeah.
Oh, or at least the checkup, I guess, so to speak. Yeah, Mike going in for his second colonoscopy. This one, the removing of, as we've deemed it, the polyp party. The sweeping of the polyp party, or the sweeping of the. So if we did this in like a trilogy, it would, like, the first one would be like the discovery of the polyp. So it's the polyping, and then so like the sequel would be like the repolyping or the depolyping, I guess.
The depolyping.
The depolyping, and then the third one, I don't know, like resurgence.
Maybe. We don't want that.
I'm not wishing that on Mike. No,
That's terrible.
But I mean, come on. This is America. We want a trilogy if we can pull it off.
And then they come back stronger than ever.
If they can put Harry Potter into 2 movies, then doggone it, and somehow Dune into 1, how is that possible? I'm sorry, y'all, but in 2021, when we break up every single movie franchise into 2, 3, 4 movies, how'd y'all keep Dune as 1? I mean, I know this is only chapter 1, but chapter 1 was thick.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, the original movie had almost the same exact runtime, and they were able to cram 45 more minutes of stuff. So the second movie that's going to happen is the last 45 minutes of the first one.
Really?
Of the original one.
Really?
And I think that's crazy that they were able to pad it out.
That's absolutely insane.
For the same runtime.
And I wasn't sure.
For just part 1.
I wasn't sure if it was the same runtime, and I'll tell you this. That's an unnecessary.
It's about
runtime.
2 hours ish.
It was not 2 hours, homie. That was not 2 hours. That felt like 4. Like, and maybe it was just because I was. Bear in mind, I was watching this with my girlfriend.
It's a lot.
I was watching with my girlfriend, and I was trying. And I have seen so many parodies and like bits about Dune, that I knew pretty much the story. Like, I knew about what happened or what happens in Dune, but it's so convoluted with so many just like words. You know what it felt like? It felt like when I watched the first Avatar. It felt like when I watched Avatar, not the first. The other ones haven't been out yet, but it felt like when I watched Avatar. Like, I felt like I had to just sit down and take notes. And 3 or 4 times, I literally, like, at one point, Chaz looked over and she's like, "Aw, he was sleeping like a baby." I'm like, I wasn't trying to. I was trying to pay attention. My brain just shut off. I didn't have the ability to process information in my brain.
That's why this is a book.
It just went, goodbye.
And it's a movie adaptation.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, I'll tell you, one of the biggest distractions of the whole thing was the fact that Arrakis was like the name of the main planet or whatever, because that's the name of our board. And that threw me off the whole time. I didn't think about that. The whole time. Because Gene pointed out to me that whoever designed these boards is just a big old Dune nerd, and that's why they named this the Arrakis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It was very distracting the whole time. And Arrakis and what, Atreus? Is it?
Which one?
The
other planet is Caladan, as far as I know.
Okay. But it was just
Caladan, there's Gady Prime, there's something else.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I got a lot of it, but I feel like if I'm going to keep up, especially in conversation with my girlfriend, I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. She's like, she's a big old Dune nerd. Like she loves
the lore is really interesting. It's just
sure
for
I'm
like
sure.
people who aren't like who can't just dive right into it. There's a lot of information,
right?
And I can get why it's off-putting, especially during the slow-mo scenes.
And maybe I need to go back and just like read
and
some
the visions. It's like you guys, they padded it out. They did pad it out.
Because at the end, I felt like
stop it.
I felt like I said something that like offended her. Because at the end, she was like, "Wow, this one was a lot quicker than the original." I was like, I looked at her and I was in shock. I was like, "How long was the original? Like 17 hours?" Because that's how it felt. But I digress. I'm gonna have to go back and do some research on it because I'm sure there's more to it than what I saw, but I'm sure it's fascinating. It's just, whoo boy, there was a lot, and eventually my infantile brain basically devolved down to, oh look, there's Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
it was basically that's what happened halfway through the movie, but 5 out of 10 will probably have to rewatch.
I'm telling you, the original, the last 45 minutes of it is the most rushed thing.
I'll tell you,
it's so quick and it's just funny because like they're just, oh yeah, so he went off this way and did this and then he does this and then he does that and then all this happens and it's just
because they realize, oh, we have to
finish the movie.
Right, we have to cap this thing at a runtime that people are going to want to sit in a cinema. And I will say that.
Still satisfying.
One of the things that's fascinating about those type of movies is the practical effects. Like I love going back and watching the original Clash of the Titans just because of the practical effects. So if it's a movie where, and Jazz was even saying this, the other night, she's like, I can't go back and watch the original now. It's just based on the effects. It just wouldn't stand up. And now I kind of want to go back and watch the original just because I like bad effects. Like I'm kind of a fan. But I digress. Dune, definitely going to have to go back and check that one out again. I didn't even get done the rundown. By the way, good morning. Welcome to A Morning Without Mike Winters. Mixmaster Mike will be back inside of our radios, hopefully tomorrow morning, barring any complications.
Of course.
Knock on wood. But we do have a jam-packed show for you today. Mike made sure to leave me full before he took off. That actually sounded wrong as I was saying, and so I want to retract that statement. Coming up here in just a few minutes, around 7:15 or so, going to be sitting down, chatting with the ladies from Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. That is coming up in just a few days, actually. Yeah, just a few days. And that's the big kickstart to the holiday season around these parts. Kind of all sorts of handcrafted, one-of-a-kind items. We'll talk about all the good stuff that's available at this year's Holiday Magic Arts and Crafts Festival coming up here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, we are jam-packed. Starting off at 8:15, we're going to be chit-chatting with Miss Donna Oracion from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, about the semester that we're geared up into now, the fall semester, and of course the upcoming spring semester. We'll talk about all the enrollment and whatnot going on there. Then around 8:45 or so, we'll have the folks from the Chavez County Extension Office, obviously coming hot off the heels of the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Got a lot to talk about, so we'll chit-chat with them coming up here in just a bit, around 8:45 or so. Then around 9:15 or so, we'll be chit-chat with Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric. Obviously, as we get into the cold months, there's lots of things that you can do to help keep your bill on the low and make things easier on them as well. So we'll talk about some things that you can do to save yourself some of that sweet, sweet Skrilla. And all that. I said Skrilla. That's right.
I like that word.
That's right. I was thinking about it the other day. Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah.
They have a song, and this is really going to hit my.
Wasn't it Wu-Tang Day already?
Was it?
I think it was.
Did I miss that? Oh, sorry.
It happened.
I've heard they ain't nothing to mess with.
Just don't know what day it is for some reason.
But they had a song back in the day called Cream.
Uh-huh.
It stands for Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. So I started thinking about it. We don't use cash anymore. Not really. And like one of the things
the bank has all the cash.
They were talking about don't give your kids cash anymore for their allowance. Get them a debit card, and then you can use that to get them money. And so I started
I've never heard
like,
that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was like that's like the new thing in parenting is don't give your kids cash, they can't keep track of or whatever. And give them a debit card that they have can get an online like ledger or whatever and teach them about saving and spending and stuff. So I started thinking it's like, okay, well, I guess you could change it to debit rules everything around me, and so then it's dream.
Yeah.
Get the dream. Dollar. Well, I guess.
Well, you could use credit.
At that point, it'd be debit, swipe, y'all. Because it's not dollar bill, y'all. It's debit, credit, swipe, y'all.
You could do debit, credit, swipe.
Yeah, it's not as catchy, admittedly.
Credit, debit, swipe could work too because it's in alphabetical order.
I always thought, cash will be king because it's the one currency that's always going to spin. But I'm pretty sure it's on the way out, man.
It's officially cash.
Yeah,
though.
It's just numbers on a screen, which is terrifying.
Yeah, because they can just take those off.
Somebody has access to those numbers. All right, so on that dystopian note, speaking of somebody having access to your numbers, you should have access to the open road. And the fine folks over at Richland want to tell you they have a fresh inventory. When everyone else is struggling to get new inventory, they have got a fresh roundup of vehicles waiting for you at Richland Chevrolet Cadillac GMC on West 2nd. Fresh inventory including a 2022 Cadillac XT6, a 2022 Chevrolet 2500, 2022 GMC 1500 Denali, and a selection of 21 GMC 1500 Elevations, and a variety of colors and features. All sorts of fine features in those hard-working trucks to get you around the scrabble hard roads of southeastern Mexico, them 2-lane highways and byways to get you out in the patch, get you out in them dairies, the farms, and all the other lands around southeastern Mexico. Remember, every vehicle that's purchased at Richland comes with that Richland Brand Champion program, which features perks, discounts, rebates, and savings you're not going to find anywhere else. Ride for the brand at Richland Chevrolet Cadillac GMC over on West 2nd or at rlchevrolet.com. Do what I do and ride for the brand. 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's dip out and take a check of that weather. Well, make a liar out of me. Let's see if we can make this happen. Hold on. Bear with me here. And go.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 40 degrees around Roswell Way. I always think it's funny that whenever I fill in for Mike, now I'm the one with the worst vision, admittedly, but he's also the older one. I would think that, with him with the bifocals, he would have to have the bigger screen. I always have to blow this thing up to blind man status. But currently 40 degrees, humidity about 43%, winds are calm. Currently, barometer at about 29.98 with the dew point at about 19 degrees. Looking at 85 for the high today with winds going to be whipping around 5 to 15 miles an hour coming out of the south in the morning. We are under a red flag warning for the first part of today, so bear that in mind, though. Sunny skies, 85, other than a little bit of wind to contend with. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful day around Roswell Way. Mostly clear, dropping down to 42 for the overnight low. Winds out of the west 5 to 10 miles an hour. And for your Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of around 69 degrees. Nice. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming northeast later in the afternoon. And for your Wednesday night, partly cloudy, dropping down to about 33 degrees. Winds out of the north 5 to 15 miles an hour. For Thursday, sunny skies, a high of around 56 degrees. Winds out of the east 5 to 10, becoming south later in the afternoon. And for your Thursday night, mostly clear, dropping down to 31. Heading into the back half of your week and into the freaking weekend, 69 and sunny for Friday, 75 for your Saturday, mostly sunny skies. Looking absolutely beautiful for the weekend, mostly sunny, and dropping down to 68 for the high on Sunday. So a little cooler, but definitely getting into that new fall time temps and that average that we all love so very much, or at least I love. I don't know about you guys, but southeastern New Mexico in the fall time is like the ideal climate to exist as a human being, in my opinion. Let's see, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock, coming up here in just a few minutes. Going to be sitting down and chatting with Miss Vera and Miss Trina from Holiday Magic Arts and Crafts Show. That's coming up here in just a couple minutes. But right now, we're listening to A Morning Without Mike Winters. Stay tuned.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
To remember. coming to the Liberty on Sunday, December 12th. Don't miss an evening with John Anderson.
Don't ask her on a straight tequila night. Blow, blow, Seminole wind.
With special guest Josh Greider.
A one-night taco stand.
Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. For information on how you can become a bona fide member, visit thelibertyinc.com. Don't miss an evening with John Anderson and Josh Greider. Sunday, December 12th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Liberty.
As part of the ongoing effort to keep the roads of New Mexico safe, we would like to share a list of things you should never attempt behind the wheel of your automobile.
Texting your friends, wrestling your friends, eating a sandwich, making a sandwich, hugging your kids, buckling your kids, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, adjusting your seat, rubbing your feet, reading the paper, using a shaver, applying makeup,
You get the point. A large number of car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive safe, New Mexico.
Paid for by the New Mexico Department of Transportation and aired in cooperation with the NMBA.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 2,276 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer tenants. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold steady to $3 lower, feeder cattle steady, packer cows and bulls steady to $3 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers $179, $2. 3 to 400 pound heifers $157, $160. 4 to 500 pound steers $162 and a half, $179. 4 to 500 pound heifers $145, $157. 5 to 600 pound steers $155, $162, $50. 5 to 600 pound heifers $143, $145. 6 700 pound steers $130, $675 to $155. 6 to 700 pound heifers $125, $143. 7 800 pound steers $129, $136, $75. 7 800 pound heifers $125, $126. Packer cows 60 to 72. Canner and cutter cows 50 to 58. Packer bulls 88 to 92.50. Feeder bulls 60 to 70. The top half the cow calf pairs $1,100 to $1,375 per pair. Top half the bred cows $900 to $1,175 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Joining us in the studio this morning, Miss Vera and Miss Trina. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that works.
All right. With the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. How are y'all doing this morning?
Doing great.
How are you? Early.
It is a little bit early. Now, granted, I usually start my morning like an hour before this, so it is kind of like I get spoiled when I fill in for Mike. I'm like, oh, I come in an hour late. Nice. Now, granted, I wake up at the same time and I just sit in my car and contemplate life for 20 more minutes than I usually do.
Yes.
It's the only difference. But we are gearing up for the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. It's sort of like the signal that the holidays have started in southeastern New Mexico.
Yes. Absolutely.
Every year we wait for it. And this year is no exception. Obviously, it's going to be a big event, and this year it's expanded. It's no longer just the one day. It's now 2 days.
2 days, yes.
It has been 2 days.
Now, I thought it has been for because
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it had been the 2-day festival for a while. I know some festivals have gone from 1 to 2 over the last year or so, just to kind of fit everything in. So this will maintain the 2-day festival, but it's just there's so much involved that you need both days to take it all in.
Yes, you do. There's quite a bit. I mean, we've got a variety of vendors that are here this year.
It's aisles and aisles of completely unique items.
Yes.
Every single booth is something different. You got quilts in one booth, pottery work in another booth, maybe stuff for the kiddos in another. There's soaps in one, food stuff in another booth. I mean, there's something to see around every single corner, and that's the best part. Is you just you set your gift giving mind.
You can, and I mean anybody. If you want a unique gift, this is a show to come to.
Absolutely. So,
because they're quite unique, and there's hardly of them, or you can't find any duplicates.
Absolutely, exactly. They're one of a kind because it's all handmade, handcrafted stuff.
Absolutely, handcrafted. That's the key.
Yes, and it's all artisans, from our area, folks that have been working on this stuff for ever since the last Holiday Magic wrapped up. They're like, okay, let's start on next year's.
Yes. We've got vendors coming this year from Colorado and from Arizona and from Texas this year.
Awesome.
Yes,
that's awesome.
They're great artists. And the stuff. I mean, painters. We got a new painter coming in that's new, and young. He's young and he's getting ready for his future.
And that's the beauty of it is you guys have so many interesting artists that kind of have their own unique perspective on things.
Yes.
Let's talk about a few of the featured artists because there's a mother and daughter duo that are coming this year.
Yes, Miss Judy Alvarez and her daughter is Wandine Phipps. They have been doing shows together forever.
That's awesome.
And they love doing this work together.
That is awesome.
And they've been with the show for, I think 20.
Oh, with our show? No, they've been with our show probably about their 6th or 7th year. But the unique thing about them is they are what I call a repurpose artists.
Okay.
Which is what I do as well. Mm-hmm. Upcycling.
So yeah, like taking items, finding a better use for them, finding the beauty in them that maybe nobody else would see before, and then putting them to a better use.
Such talented women.
Yes.
I like
the
it.
both of them.
Absolutely.
Both of them.
Absolutely. So that was actually my next question: is what medium do we work in? So are these functional pieces or are they specifically artistic?
They're more decorative.
They're more decorative. I see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So and you said that's the same medium that you work in.
Right.
Excellent.
Right.
Excellent. Same style of art, kind of making more artistic things. What do you lean more to, like the Southwestern style of things, or do you?
Southwestern is yesterday.
It's back in the day stuff. So what do you like maybe nod to as far as like your art goes?
I just recently started working in resin and crushed glass.
Okay.
And I brought a piece for you to take a look at.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it plugs in. Let me.
It plugs in.
Let me take these off.
No, that's all right. I got it. I'm closer.
Oh yeah, sure are. That's absolutely beautiful. So you work in resin and glass work and things like that, and basically.
Wood and lots of different things.
Sure. She does jewelry, everything.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
People say, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, it just depends on what I get up feeling like that morning."
Hold that up just a little bit. We'll get Tanner to maybe zoom in on that. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
This was something I started doing, during our lockdown, and that's what I lovingly call it.
And that's something that a lot of people I found with a lot of people is they're like, I just started playing guitar. I just started doing. I have a friend who started doing like you were saying resin work, and that's why I kind of lit up. She started doing resin keychains and things like that. So she was making like trays and keychains and things. Just people who turned hobbies into businesses in some cases.
Yes,
absolutely. Folks who are working and putting their stuff up on Etsy, online, they're bringing that same stuff to this show.
Yes, it is. It's some beautiful stuff.
Absolutely,
beautiful.
I think the people who do it for a living, they're a totally different animal than me. I'm very fortunate that I don't have to depend on that to make a living. This is more, for me, it's more an artistic outlet for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that you can kind of let go from the rest of your life.
Yeah.
For these people, it's a way of life, and that's a lot of pressure, granted, but it also it's freeing in a lot of ways.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
When you commit your life to just making art, making something more beautiful, there's some inspiration in that.
Yeah, they do, and they do a variety. We have such a variety of people that do things with repurposing different stuff. It's been a great experience for me to have to do this.
And so many different mediums that are out there. You have art. You're going to find pieces that oils and watercolors and things like that. But you're also going to find blankets. You're going to find jackets. You're going to find things that are completely handcrafted. Yeah, loomed items.
Yes.
Things made of wool. Things just completely out of that you never would even thought of. Steering wheel covers has become a big thing over the last year. Like, who knew that you could just like knit and make steering wheel covers?
Oh yes,
that's such a cool. That's
some
such
of
a
the
cool
stuff
idea.
they make. It's just amazing what they do. We have some wood artists that do so many things with wood. And from bowls to wine toppers.
Right.
And yard signs. It's just completely different, but they're all mixed in.
I am fascinated by the world of glass blowing. Like I can sit
I
there
both
for an hour and just watch someone. It's such a peaceful, with the way they roll it and the way they move. I love watching people blow glass. And so pieces like that, I mean, that fascinates me.
When you see people doing that, that is when...
Especially those intricate pieces where they're molding the ends. And this is molten glass they're working with.
Exactly.
Don't touch it.
What I love is, and this has got to be infuriating for them, is they get all the way to the end and just like one little piece tinks off and they're like, and they just throw the whole thing away.
Exactly.
The whole thing's a wash.
Yeah.
And that's the pieces that you see on these tables, these are the ones that made the cut. Artists are their own biggest critics.
Absolutely.
Yes. They're gonna be their biggest critics, and the ones that make the table, those were the best, the best of the brightest.
They are. We have an artist that does some furniture out of wood. I mean, some of that furniture is just amazing. I mean, he makes tables and chairs. We have an artist that does furniture out of wood. That's going to be amazing.
I just recently went to Oklahoma for some family business, and while I was there, traveling back, I stopped at the one of the trading posts, the Cherokee Trading Post. I ended up getting my girlfriend a jewelry box, but it was carved out of a piece of cedar wood. Like it was just like they chopped a piece of wood off of the tree and just made this, and it still had the cedar smell to it, so it was like all sanded down. Just a gorgeous piece. I'm fascinated by stuff because when you look at something like that, every single piece is like cut off of a tree, so it's the knots are going to be unique. The grain of the wood is going to be its own thing. And that's fascinating.
Yes.
Not any single piece is going to be like the other.
And they have an eye for that. Mm-hmm. They have an eye for seeing stuff like that. I'm not quite there. Right. I don't see that. I'm not the artist. Do
you dabble at all?
I paint.
Okay.
Yes. And I think that's going to probably be what I'm going to work on as soon as I retire.
Okay, that's right, because you were talking about that the day is coming.
The day is coming.
Absolutely. So do you focus on still life? Do you do nature stuff, portraits?
No, more like New Mexico art.
Okay.
I like to do desert sceneries and stuff like that.
You're blessed to be in one of the nicest parts of the world because so many destinations right here in our backyard.
Yes.
It is awesome.
And just seeing things, it's that attract my attention. It seems to be just nature. Mm-hmm. I just don't do a whole lot of landscaping, but I'll find a cactus and I'll paint a cactus or something or
Absolutely.
other.
And you guys are two examples of the kind of thing that you're going to find out there. There's all kinds of things, like we've said, all the arts and crafts, the furniture, and of course the edibles. Of course,
yes.
I shouldn't say edibles. I should say the foodstuffs. Let's be careful when we say edibles now that certain things are legal in New Mexico. Not that, okay? Not that.
The food.
Yes.
We're going to have some great food. We have Miss Debbie Lucas. She's the one that makes her famous cookies.
Oh, yes.
And her
pumpkin rolls.
Pumpkin rolls.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody comes to the show just for her cookies and pumpkin rolls.
So the problem with pumpkin rolls for me is I buy one every single year, but I'm the only person in my house that ever eats any of it.
Oh, that's too bad.
It sure is, isn't it? And I know I feel real bad about that until you get halfway through a full pumpkin roll and you're like, I'm ashamed of myself. Especially considering I could pick up a stone, throw it, and hit my gym.
Oh, yes.
And yet I haven't been in 6 months. That's not the point. The point is I have the membership. I'm paying the money.
Exactly.
Part of me is getting lighter.
Exactly. Same here.
But yeah, pumpkin rolls are always one of my favorite parts of this year. But the cookies, of course, the sweet green chili.
Yes.
There's so many
things.
treats.
And we have a new lady, Miss Hendricks, that's going to be coming in, Karen Hendricks, and she's going to be doing donuts.
Oh, that's the mini donuts.
The mini donuts.
Awesome.
Yes, she's going to be doing that. We also have a couple of vendors that are going to have a couple of food trucks out there.
I heard that Keeks Tie is going to be out.
She's going to be out there, and so is Sandra's Shaved Ice and Corn truck is going to be out there.
The Elotes truck.
Yes.
The Elotes truck. Everybody knows that bright yellow truck.
Oh, absolutely.
So they will be out there, and stuff. So we have a gentleman that's going to be coming in and making sodas.
Oh, awesome.
He'll make the sodas right there.
They do the whole thing right.
They do the whole thing right in front of you.
Really
so
cool.
yes,
really
and we've got the gal who's doing little containers of cotton candy, different flavors. I mean, awesome.
I'm always
coconut and watermelon.
I was fascinated at a couple festivals. I went to the Art in the Park in Artesia.
Yes.
I was fascinated that you can get different flavors of kettle corn. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought it was kettle corn flavor. Like, oh, you can get this in blueberry, apparently.
You can. It's just amazing. It's amazing what these people can come up with, you know.
Wow, I didn't realize we had that many different food people out there.
Yeah, we do.
Kind of cool.
There's some out there for everybody. Some for the kids, some for the grown-ups, and for the sweet tooth, or if you like something more savory, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. Stretched over 2 days, Friday and Saturday, November 19th and 20th. Now this year, you guys are going to be at the Eastern Mexico State Fairgrounds. I believe this is the second year you guys are out there.
Third year. This is going to be our third year.
Would have been our fourth if we had been out there last year.
Right. Had COVID not reared its ugly head.
Exactly.
But and the 40th year for the holiday.
40th year.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is absolutely. And I was mentioning off the air. You know, it does my heart good. You know, to know that people pick up those things from a bygone generation and keep them alive.
Yes.
Down here.
Yes.
Tradition is still alive in southeastern New Mexico.
It is. And it's getting bigger and better.
We're really excited about it. We're excited to bring this back to Roswell. We have talked to so many people. I'm so ready. Yes.
I know. And people have been geared up since, like you said, the festival that wasn't last year. So
exactly.
So, a lot of backstock, a lot of stuff that people are ready to put out there.
They're ready.
And they've been doing the festival circuit. Sure, they go to Artesia, they do some of those. But this is the one everybody waits for because this is the one that kickstart the holidays.
Exactly.
We know we can officially start shopping and start putting up our decorations when holiday magic happens.
Yep. Everybody just needs to come out. Don't start your Christmas shopping until this weekend.
Absolutely. Tickets are available, and it's a steal to get in. It's $2 to get in.
$2 to get in. Mm-hmm.
It's $4 for both days, obviously. Kids 5 and under get in free.
Free. Yes.
12 and under.
12 and under get in free.
Under.
Absolutely. And otherwise, $2 to get in. And trust me, it's worth your time because you're going to see something out there for everybody. We could go on and on about all the different types of artwork, different mediums that are out there, and it all fascinates me. I'm one of those guys, those rubes that'll sit there and watch how it's made for 3 or 4 hours because I love the process of things.
Yes.
I like watching how things get made. Canoes, things like that, where wood gets sanded down and then lacquered over. It's fascinating, and so. This is the culmination of all of those things kind of worked into one thing. So come on out. It's, again, November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Where can folks get tickets?
At the door.
At the door.
At the door. I'd like to tell you what we do with some of the money that we raise.
Oh, absolutely. Please, yes.
We work with Assurance Home.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. We also work with First Tee. We work with a Christian outreach group. We also work with Royal Kids Camp. We send a child to camp, and we also contribute to the high schools, all 4 high schools.
Very cool.
And that's why we do it.
Eastern New Mexico Fair, the 4-H program. We also have included them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So yeah, these proceeds go to amazing causes, and they have for many years, and that's so
absolutely.
You can rest assured that while you're out, you're doing your holiday shopping, you're helping out these artists, these artisans, these crafters that work on all these things. You're keeping that's their livelihood, but you're also helping out all these amazing causes at the same time.
Yes, absolutely.
We're very proud of that we're able to contribute to the youth of our community.
Absolutely. So tickets are available at the door. I want to encourage everybody to come on out. One day, both days. Like we said, it's aisles and aisles. So, I mean, to take it all in one day is going to be pretty hard.
Yes,
you're going to want to.
But we can do it.
Oh, you can do it. And you guys have been hard at work on this thing, and
absolutely.
And I have no doubts this is going to be it's going to be one for the ages. I'm really looking forward to it. I did have one more question about this. The parts that you started with. Was it like a floor tile or?
It's one of those wall tiles. Not tile. It's a wall block.
Right.
That you make windows from. Some people use them.
It looked really familiar, and what it reminded me of was years ago. My mom had gotten a hold of, and she still has them. She swears she's going to do this someday. She'd gotten a hold of some of the old lights, the runway lights from the old airport. And the way they look, they're domed on the top, and they look like UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
And so she swore up and down she was going to make these UFO lights for our front yard. That was 20 years ago.
I think I like your mom.
It was, but no.
She speaks my language.
It's never happened.
That's okay.
It's in the to-do pile.
That's really okay.
Now she's a pig farmer.
It's her imagination.
This is our mantra. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And hey, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of folks that they were gonna and then did, and those folks are gonna have all their wares out at the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. The 40th annual, really excited for this one. November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Again, tickets available at the door. Where can folks get more information?
They can go on our website or our Facebook page, and they can find out some information there. It is at the Holiday Magic at outlook.com is our email address.
Is it Holiday Magic?
Holiday.
Day Magic at outlook.com.
They can, if they have any questions on it, they can go to our Facebook page, Holiday Magic, and they'll see everything there.
There's 4 of us, and we answer questions and provide any information.
Remember that when you come out to this thing. Remember that when you see the expanse of I'm assuming the commercial building, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the commercial building filled with artisans, crafters, things that are handmade, one of a kind, 4 people. Y'all are like the 4 horsemen.
The horsemen.
The 4 horsewomen.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you see me? My hackles go up. Horsewomen.
That's right.
Horsewomen.
How dare you, sir? But it's going to be great. And yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys have made magic happen. Pardon the pun. And I have no doubt you guys are going to keep this going for years to come. So thank you so much. Well, obviously you're not. You're done. You're gonna hang it up and enjoy things.
Enjoy life.
No, she's not off the hook.
What's going to happen is you're going to enjoy things for about a year, and
Yes.
then you're going to get the itch, and then you're going to come back in like a supervisory capacity.
No, she's not going anywhere.
She's not allowed to leave.
No.
We're slashing her tires. I should have said that. They told me. She told me off air.
I'm leaving the workforce and now focus on Holiday Magic
There
full
you go.
time.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So folks, come on out Friday and Saturday, November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. It's the 40th annual Holiday Magic Arts and Crafts Show, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your effort. And you live your craft, and
Exactly.
it shows. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Okay.
19 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Yeah, Mike, that's how you back sell an hour. 19 away from 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with some local news.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A local man arrested and jailed for a string of vehicle burglaries in Roswell. Police say 21-year-old Ryan Shipman was arrested Saturday in relation to 3 of 7 cases that reported to police since November 3rd. All but one of the crimes took place in an area bordered by West 2nd, West Summit, South Sycamore, and South Wyoming. Investigators said they located much of the stolen property taken from the vehicles at Shipman's home. The Roswell Museum and Art Center and the RMAC Foundation, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the inaugural Holiday Artisan Market, held at the Roswell Museum and Art Center. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 4th to December 18th, with an opening night party on December 3rd. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
5 years ago, I predicted it. The rush to streaming movies and video content would ultimately be met with great disappointment. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Cutting the cable began as a rebellion. Cable and satellite companies forced customers to buy expensive packages full of channels that they didn't want, just to get a few channels that they did. Add a dose of poor customer service, and cable cancellation soared. Viewers rediscovered free local TV. They subscribed to Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Hulu, Disney, Peacock, and many others. My prediction was this: to get all the shows that you want, you need multiple streaming services. And soon, those streaming costs would equal or exceed the cost of cable. And today, that's happening. Over the next few months, 45% will cancel at least one or more streaming services because of the cost. And they're not going down this road ever again. Stay updated at Commando.com. Happy holidays, Commando Show listeners. You guys and gals know that I'm all about finding the very best tech out there. They don't call me America's digital goddess for nothing. This year, I have a tech tip that'll make you feel merry and bright. Let me tell you all about the Epson EcoTank cartridge-free printer. It cures what I like to call cartridge conniptions, those moments of absolute panic and total annoyance when you're printing holiday cards or gift tags and your printer's tiny cartridges run out of ink. I don't want you going through that. With Epson EcoTank, kiss those expensive cartridges goodbye. EcoTank uses big ink tanks, so you can print your heart out. No need to be stingy with those colorful holiday cards. Send one to your favorite national radio show host. EcoTank comes with a ridiculous amount of ink for a stress-free, cartridge-free, conniption-free holiday season and beyond. Epson EcoTank, just fill and chill. Visit Staples, Target, and Epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 15 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Gotta love when the live read lines up with what we were just talking about. There's magic in the air. The 40th annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. It's coming up Friday and Saturday, November 19th and 20th. Hey, I just go by what the clock says, folks. This is the live read I was given. Featuring a variety of unique handmade creations by artists, artisans, and crafters from right here in New Mexico and Texas, mixing returning favorites with many new exhibitors. Featured artists include Judy Alvarez and Juan Dean Phipps from Artesia, New Mexico. Find an array of unique crafts such as fine art, jewelry, pottery, glass and woodwork, women's and children's apparel, leatherwork, stuffed bears, and even sweet green chili. Tasty treats like pumpkin rolls by Debbie Lucas, Keeks Thai Food, Sandra's Roasted Corn, mini donuts by Karen Hendricks, and of course plenty more. Prizes including nativity sets, paintings, gift certificates, and more. Admission only $2. Kids 12 and under, absolutely free. Google Holiday Magic 2021 to learn more. That's the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show, November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Put a little magic into your holiday season. I'm telling you, it's the one day that we all wait for that kickstarts the holiday countdown, Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. I'll be going to check it out myself. Hopefully you'll be doing the same as well. 14 away from 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Looking at currently, let me get my weather up here and updated. Looking at 40 degrees outside, 43% humidity. Winds are calm at the moment. Barometer at about 29.98 inches with a dew point of 19 degrees. Looking at mostly sunny skies, a high of around 85, but the wind's going to kick up just a bit today. Winds 5 to 15, becoming south in later on this morning. We are under a red flag warning for today into this afternoon. Mostly clear, dropping down to 42 for the overnight low. Winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Expecting another one of those very, very chilly nights and possibly even a freeze in the very near future. Partly cloudy, dropping down to 69 for your Wednesday. With mostly sunny skies, winds 10 to 15, becoming 20 to 25 later in the afternoon. Partly cloudy, dropping down to 33 for Wednesday night. Sunny and 56 on your Thursday. And then the chill happens. The freeze happens with 31 degrees, mostly clear skies. So a freeze, but not a deep freeze. So bring the plants, the pets, and possibly even the husband inside for the evening. Mostly clear, though, 31 for your Thursday night. Sunny skies, 69 degrees. Very nice for your Friday. Friday night, mostly clear, dropping down to 38. And for your Saturday, 75 degrees, a picturesque weekend around southeastern New Mexico. 75 and mostly sunny on Saturday. For your Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of around 68 degrees. It's a great weekend to get out and about. Got events happening this weekend, including championship football. Absolutely, that's going to be happening as your Goddard Rockets advance to the next round. They're going to be taking on, as I test my brain, Los Lunas, I believe they're going to be taking on. And that's going to be happening Saturday afternoon. Now, if you don't feel like traveling up to check out the game, you can hear that game right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We're going to have that game Saturday with a pregame right around noon 50 and a kickoff at 1. We'll have the Chris's, Chris Roybal and Chris Deck, going to be out there broadcasting that game live, play-by-play. And we'll have the audio for you here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. So if you can't make the trip, and you still want to be up to date on what happens with the Goddard Rockets as they hopefully advance towards Big Blue, And you can tune in to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM for all the need-to-know info. 11 away from 8 o'clock. Let's take a quick pause and get you up to date with the Chavez County Sports Report.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Tough go at the state championships over the weekend in volleyball for Goddard, Hagerman, and Gateway Christian. Not because they played badly. No, they all played really well, but they lost to the eventual state champs in each case. And in one case, it was in the championship. Goddard fell to Artesia 3-2 on Friday, ended up sweeping Los Alamos and Pewaukee, and then lost to Artesia again 3-2 on Saturday, 16-14 in the fifth set. That was in Class 4A. In Class 2A, Hagerman's only losses of the tournament came to Tularosa. Tularosa was the state champion. The Wildcats never lost a set in their run. Gateway Christian made it to the championship game, losing to Melrose in 3 straight. But on the way, the Warriors swept past Springer, Rama, and Fort Sumner. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The nation's biggest employers still see insurance coverage as an important benefit to provide. The experts say big companies are adjusting to how those benefit needs have changed during the COVID-19 pandemic. They want to improve mental health care going forward and find the right balance for telemedicine and in-person care. A Florida-based U.S. Navy flight officer has been convicted of buying guns for a Chinese businessman who was later convicted of export crimes. Authorities say 36-year-old Lieutenant Fan Yang also lied about his relationship with the businessman on security forms. Yang was found guilty of several charges in Jacksonville federal court. On Wall Street, the Dow down 12 points to 36,087. The Nasdaq dropped 7 to 15,853. And the S&P 500 down to 4,682. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This is another commercial from your friends at Roswell Ford, so you're probably expecting to hear about all the great deals here at the Tailgate Nation. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. First, we want to talk about buying a car from you. Roswell Ford is looking for gently used, late-model cars and trucks, and if you have one, we're prepared to pay top dollar for it, even if you're not ready to buy anything from us. Just bring it in and see how much it's worth. You'll probably be surprised. And if you are looking to trade up, Roswell Ford has 27 trucks, 30 SUVs, 22 cars, the largest pre-owned selection in southeastern New Mexico, like a Jeep Cherokee for just $10,900, a Ford Escape for just $11,900, and a Jeep Patriot for only $16,400, a Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT, just $19,900. And Roswell Ford backs each one with a 3-day money-back guarantee, so you won't be second-guessing yourself. Buying or selling, you can't go wrong when you're doing business with the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and Fiero 106.1 for a live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. Gear up for Thanksgiving and make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda with a gravy boatload of savings and some awesome giveaways too, like a free turkey and a 12-pack just for stopping by, free pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive, free hot dogs and Pepsi products, stuff for the kiddos, free swag, and more. See you Saturday 10 to 1 as we make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
New Mexico families are modern.
New Mexico's child support program is modern too. Recent changes mean the modern child support family will benefit with job development and job opportunities, right-sized court orders, resulting in more child support payments and less debt. The Modern Child Support Family Program. Find out how it can benefit your modern family. Call 1-800-283-4465. Paid for by the Human Services Department and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 6 minutes away from 8 o'clock on this morning without Mike Winters. Yes, Mike out, I was going to say sowing his wild oats. He's not doing any of that. He's actually getting his wild oats sown, I guess is more accurate. I mean, I probably shouldn't put it like that, but yeah, poor guy. No, he's doing all right.
Who's sowing wild oats?
I guess the doctor at this point.
Oh.
Wild oats is, it's what he calls the machine. He's like, yes, you just relax, sir. Me and wild oats, we've got this. The camera. That's what he calls his camera. Yes. So I did a little, okay, so I start my morning usually like an hour earlier. So I woke up early this morning, had a little extra time. Did a little creative breaking and entering this morning. I decided, so last night I went to the craft store. I went to Target and I just bought a bunch of little Post-it notes. And I've done this before. It's just kind of a little nice, fun thing. Just write a bunch of little notes.
Yeah.
Like your smile, things like that. Just a bunch of little Post-it notes.
Wait, it just says your smile?
Yeah. No, I said I like your smile.
Okay.
I love your smile. Things like that. Just you being here makes me happy. Things like that.
You exist.
Yeah, I like that you exist. And so I wrote those out last night. Woke up early this morning and broke into my girlfriend's house. Granted, I have a key.
Well, I mean, but how did you do it?
I have a key. So
Yes.
that's the key, I guess.
So you snuck in.
I snuck in. So I wasn't really necessarily breaking and entering. But here's the thing. She's heavily armed. I knew this going in. She has I'm not gonna say a lot of guns, but she has firearms and knives. And I know where several of them are. She also has dogs and cats, and I could have set any one of these off.
Yes.
At any point in time. So the key was, trying to be quiet. Here's the beauty of this. I was classically trained. I have a specific set of skills that I acquired through high school marching band.
Uh-huh.
And it's the ability to walk for a man of my size to walk incredibly quietly. So I slowly slid the key in and eased the lock.
Ooh.
And I got in. Okay, I got in. Was able to get in quietly.
Yeah.
I tiptoed to the kitchen. I started making coffee. I made the coffee and set it up to start brewing about an hour and 20 minutes after I left, which is usually around the time she wakes up, so that she'd wake up and smell coffee, which would freak her out. I knew that was going to freak her out at first.
That'd freak me out too.
And
Be
so
like, who made me coffee?
Right. And so then I walked around the house and started putting up these notes. Now I was doing this. I was like in my zone, completely silently. Dogs were still asleep. The cat came up and
if anything, you lucked out.
Now me and Missy are close now. Like, I've spent enough time there that me and Missy are pretty close. So Missy comes up and was just kind of like, what you doing, dude? And, was starting to meow. She's got some tinnitus from when she served, but she has this ability to hear things from far away really good. Like things close up, you got to kind of scream to her. But far away, she could hear a pin drop. So I'm like, the cat's going off. She's going to know something's up. And so I'm like, I backed up a little bit, and a spoon slid off the counter into the sink. And of course, when you're trying to be quiet, every sound is the loudest thing on the planet. So it's like, ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink,
yeah.
And it just rattles for like 10 seconds. I'm like, all right, you got to hightail it out of here. So I put like 2 more notes up and then just bolted out. And like, squeak, as I like slid the deadbolt shut, it squeaked. But yeah, made it out of there, and none the wiser. So we just actually got a text a few minutes ago. She's like, you son. And yeah, sure enough, she's like, I bet I had a heart attack when I smelled coffee this morning. I'm like, who was kind enough to break into my house and make me coffee?
I guess that's the worst thing that could happen.
You psychopath.
The best thing that could happen.
Yeah, so a little creative breaking and entering. It was just kind of a fun thing. That'd be fun.
It could have gone.
It could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I had stopped to see a friend. It was a busy morning. My friend had a town for some family business, so I was at a Stripe station and stopped off and was talking to her, I said, yeah, I'm going to go do this thing over at Jazz's house. And she goes, well, according to her messenger, she's already up. Like, she's already logged into her message. I'm like, oh, no. So I'm like, okay, so she could be up, but I know how she works. She's up. She's awake. She's on her phone, TikToking or whatever. She's awake. She's not up yet. So I technically can still sneak in and get away with it. But I got to be quick. But pulled it off.
You did good.
Made it happen. Still
Just be careful.
Still came in and did morning radio. I do more before 6 a.m. than most people do all day. Is what I tell myself. Hey, stick around, because coming up, we got a busy hour. Next hour, got Miss Donna Oracion from Eastern Mexico University Roswell and the Chavez County Extension Office. That's coming up next hour. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Stay tuned.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
I'm Rich Thomason. The testimony has been heard, the closing arguments and instructions from the presiding judge delivered. Now it's time for jury deliberations to begin. The trial of Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The 18-year-old charged in the fatal shootings of 2 men, the wounding of a third during riots in Kenosha last year. Security is tight ahead of this morning's start of deliberations. Hundreds of National Guard troops placed on standby outside the courthouse. Americans bought more stuff last month.
The Commerce Department says retail sales rose a seasonally adjusted 1.7% in October. That's up from 0.8% in the previous month. Much of the gain reflected the fact that shoppers are also paying higher prices.
Correspondent Jeremy House. President Biden takes his infrastructure message to New Hampshire today, along with the person who will supervise the $1 trillion in spending.
A day after signing the infrastructure bill into law, the president gets outside of Washington to sell the plan. Joining Mr. Biden will be former New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu. He's been selected by the White House to coordinate across federal agencies to work on roads, ports, bridges, and airports. As mayor, Landrieu helped revive New Orleans following the devastation of Hurricane Katrina.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. Liz Cheney is persona non grata in the Wyoming GOP, the state Republican Party voting to no longer recognize the Congresswoman as a member of the party. Cheney is one of 10 Republicans who voted yes on the impeachment of President Trump. She also serves on the Democrat Majority Committee. It's investigating the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks are higher following that upbeat retail sales report. Right now, the Dow ahead, 184 points, a gain of 0.5%. The Nasdaq up 28 points, the S&P better by 14. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Why are cash-out refinances such a big deal right now? Uncle Ryan tries to teach me something.
I really feel like right now might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've been doing this for 18 years now, and I've just never seen a market where the rates are so low and values across the country have skyrocketed as much as they have. That combination, I remember one couple in particular, they were looking to do some home improvements at the house, but they were worried about their payments going up. Well, with rates being so low and them building up so much equity in the home over the last few years, we were able to get them the cash out for those home improvements, and their payments actually went down a little bit. Every single situation is different, but it does happen more often than you think. So it definitely does not hurt to call.
We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. License Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Polish forces have deployed tear gas and water cannon against migrants trying to illegally cross into the country from Belarus.
It feels very much like a pre-planned provocation. It seems that a decision was taken on this side of the border in Belarus to exact a response from the other side, from Poland. Keep in mind that Belarus stands accused of engineering this crisis, of using migrants as a political weapon against the West. And the picture we've been witnessing of chaos on the EU's border, tear gas and rocks, this will be used by Alexander Lukashenko to try to present Europe as uncaring and uncompassionate.
The BBC's Steve Rosenberg. Analysts say the Bank of England a step closer to raising interest rates next month after official figures show the end of the British government's salary support program for workers during the pandemic has not led to the feared increase in joblessness. News and analysis, townhall.com. We are learning more about the nuts and bolts of a pending investigation into a deadly tragedy in Houston.
There will not be an independent probe into the disastrous crowd surge that killed 10 people and injured hundreds of others at a Houston music festival earlier this month. Houston area officials are going to do it themselves, rejecting calls for an independent investigation into what happened. Instead, officials have chosen the top elected official in the area to run the probe. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo was the one who proposed a third-party probe in the first place. Instead, now she will be working with other city and county entities to review the security and safety plans for the event that was headlined by rapper Travis Scott. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
Russia rejects accusations it endangered astronauts on the International Space Station by conducting a weapons test that generated more than 1,500 pieces of space junk. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of a morning without Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the second day of the rest of your life. Yes, Mixmaster Mike Winters out doing his colonoscopy thing. He's second. Hopefully after this, I think they said it should only be like a every year thing. Kind of check in. I think at that point, it's like a reunion. I'm guessing there's probably a yearbook. How about all the polyps will sign it? Thanks for a great
I thought you were talking about something
Have
like
a great
with actual
summer.
people, not the polyps.
I'm thinking that yearbook. At some point, it's gonna say like, I'm the clown that came to town to sign your polyp yearbook upside down.
$1 bill, y'all.
Yeah. Somebody jokingly signs the crack of your polyp yearbook. I mean, I'm just thinking all the yearbooks standards. What else?
Could he technically tattoo the inside of him?
I mean,
does he have that ability, or is it just like a scraper?
No, I'm guessing this doctor doesn't. I'm guessing
because I can imagine putting your initials on there.
The technology probably exists, but I'm guessing this doctor probably doesn't have that technology. I am wondering if, however, they did like last time, just hand up on top of keister. You know, I could get about 13 miles out of this bad boy. You know? Just right beforehand. It's like, Doc, let the anesthesia kick in first, and then go about your business of his business. The joke's on him. He asked for Pine Forest. I gave him a new car.
I was gonna say, what would you rate me?
Rate.
Yeah, I did say rate.
Rate my doc. See, now we're getting into Gene Show territory because there's a funny episode of the show Scrubs.
Oh.
Where to get the doctors to perform at their highest possible capacity, they start a website called RateMyDoc.com, wherein the patients can go in and rate their doctor's performance based on whether they were satisfied with their level of care. At one point, the Todd, who's one of the surgeons, comes in. He goes, "Oh, Rate My Doc. I was on the wrong website." Still good though. So no, Rate My Doc. Rate My Doc. But so Mixmaster Mike, hopefully barring any problems, any complications, which there won't be. We already know the bad part was yesterday. he'll come in and regale us with all the stories of all the things that came out of him. He's like, was that a boot? I remember eating that. And,
the polyps are collecting things.
Yeah, that's what it is. At this point, they're knitting. Was
So
that a-
wait, he did the actual bad part yesterday?
Yeah, that was the whole like drinking the enema juice. I'm not sure what it's called. What's it called? Docalax, I think is what it's called. Miralax. Took the Docalax early in the day, like the pills, and then about noon or 1 o'clock yesterday. This is riveting conversation. About noon or 1 o'clock yesterday, he started taking the liquid, the Miralax, and apparently, right about 4 o'clock yesterday, according to science, he became a human Schlitterbahn. Basically, he became a human swirly slide. All the stuff that has been in him for the last since the last time he took this stuff, came rushing out of him. Which is funny because he started the day yesterday already like throwing up and stuff. He was like, I don't know if it was anticipation or what, but he was already feeling it yesterday. So, but wishing Mixmaster Mike all the best. Of course, he'll be back in the captain's chair. We should get him a donut pillow.
I was gonna say, something for him to sit on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a soft pillow, like one of those neck pillows. But
does it work that way?
Probably not. Well, from what he said, the last time he was in no pain afterwards. I mean, the anesthesia obviously does what it does, but he woke up and he was just like, besides not knowing what day it was or where he was, he was just like, yeah, I feel great. I'm not in any pain. I'm just kind of. He said, and then when he stood up, that's when things were like, I'm getting dizzy. I probably shouldn't operate heavy machinery, which is good because he, left the forklift at home that day.
Yeah,
that's good. But yeah, Mixmaster Mike back inside your radios tomorrow morning. We have a full hour to get to coming up here in just a few minutes, about 8:15 or so. Going to be sitting down and chatting with Miss Donna Oracion from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Going to be chit-chatting all about the semester they're currently in, the fall semester, and gearing up for the upcoming spring semester, plus all the goings-on there at ENMU Roswell. Coming up later this hour, we're going to be chatting with the folks from the Chaves County Extension Office here about all the goings-on there. Obviously, coming off the heels of 4-H FFA season, what with the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, and largely a success, I would say. Tanner, you had your hands deeply in the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. You can call it a success this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good crowd, good showing.
Yes.
A lot of happy faces, a lot of sad animals.
I'm trying to think of anything negative, and I can't.
No fist fights. Nobody.
No, I don't. I actually felt super safe.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like there was going to be any incident or any issues.
And not one hoedown. Not the whole time. I figured at some point, somebody would have broke out with like a fiddle, banjo, just or even just like a jar and like a washboard. That would have been fine. Not one hoedown. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. 12 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 47 degrees around Roswell Way. Humidity at about 33%. Winds are calm at the moment. That's calm with an L. Barometer about 29.99 degrees, inches, with a dew point at about 19 degrees. Looking at a beautiful day around Roswell Way. Sunny skies, 85 degrees for the high today. Winds are going to kick up just a bit later on today. Winds 5 to 15 miles an hour out of the west first, but then later coming south later on in the midday to afternoon. And we are under a red flag warning, so absolutely no burning in our area. Please extinguish your smoking material before you exit your vehicles. Mostly clear for tonight, dropping down to about 42 for the overnight low. Winds out of the west 5 to 10 miles an hour. For your Wednesday, mostly sunny and a high of around 69 degrees. It's going to be nice out there for your Wednesday. Winds out of the northwest 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming northwest later in the afternoon. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, dropping down to 33, and winds out of the north once again 5 to 15 miles an hour. For your Thursday, sunny skies, getting up to about 56 degrees. Winds out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south later in the afternoon. Then for your Thursday night, mostly clear, getting down to 31 degrees. For Friday, mostly sunny, a high of around 69 as we head into the freaking weekend. Another beautiful weekend, at least half of it. 75, mostly sunny for your Saturday. Little cooler at 68 degrees for your Sunday, but still sun shining, dropping down to about upper 30s to low 40s for your weekend overnight. And then for Monday, mostly sunny, getting back up to about 64 degrees. Hey, just a reminder, let me reach over and grab my bell here. All right. Set this down. Fresh inventory alert! Fresh inventory alert! We have a fresh inventory alert! All right, Richland Chevrolet Cadillac GMC over on West 2nd has a fresh inventory that has just arrived. Some fantastic vehicles. If you are looking for some new rides, they have got you covered, including a 2022 Cadillac XT6, a 2022 Chevy 2500, a 22 GMC 1500 Denali, and a selection of GMC 2021 GMC 1500 Elevation Editions. All those hard-working pickup trucks that'll get you down the hard scrabble streets of southeastern New Mexico, the highways and byways.
Reliable and dependable.
That's right. Each and every vehicle gone over, for reliability, make sure it's going to be a ride that's going to get you down the road for years to come. And every vehicle sold comes with that Richland Brand Champion program, entitling you to rebates, discounts, savings, and perks that you're not going to get anywhere else, including half-price oil changes. I actually took advantage of one of those my last oil change. You really get the VIP experience. You drive right in there like, all right, Mr. I can't say my real last name. They
all right, Mr. Smalls.
Mr. Smalls. They guide you into the VIP lounge. You kick back and enjoy. And next thing you know, your car is done.
I was going to say, they give you massages too?
Not quite. They're not quite there yet, but they have a suggestion box on the wall. So you drop one in. It might work its way to you. They're always doing things for their customers because they're the ones that give back to their customers. They want to make sure their customers know that they appreciate your business. You can ride for the brand because the brand rides back for you. It's Richland Chevrolet Cadillac GMC on West 2nd. Check them out online at rlchevrolet.com. That's rlchevrolet.com. Ride for the brand. Do what I do because the brand will ride right back for you. 16 minutes after 8 o'clock, and yes, that rhymed. We're going to get you into a pause, pay a couple of these here bills, and after the break, going to be sitting down and chatting with Miss Donna from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Stick around for another morning without Mike Winters. Stay tuned.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services LLC.
Fergie's Plumbing and Heating now has financing available through One Main Financial. Let Fergie's keep your house warm all winter long. Call 622-2260 today. And when you get a new HVAC unit from Fergie's, you get a $50 Cattle Baron gift card on them. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating, 622-2260.
Did you know that companies that offer quality health plans attract more and better skilled employees? So true. Companies that offer good health insurance also keep workers longer and report fewer sick days. Also true. Most importantly, employees with quality health plans enjoy better health, and a healthy company is a happy, more productive company. So take care of business. Visit us at TrueHealthNewMexico.com.
Make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda. They've knocked the absolute stuffing out of the prices across the lot, so you'll save a gravy boatload. Like a 2015 Nissan Rogue for just $209 a month, a 2012 Civic for just $164 a month, or a 2012 Dodge Caravan for just $109 a month. Get a free turkey and a 12-pack of Pepsi just for stopping by, a pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive, and a $25 Albertsons gift card with a purchase. And register to win a $400 Visa shopping spree. November to remember, on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Roll into winter at Big O Tires Black Friday sale. Shop jaw-dropping deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more from November 15th through the 29th. These deals are so big, we couldn't fit them into just one day or even an entire weekend. Buy 3 select in-stock Mesa tires at your neighborhood Big O Tires and get one free when you pay installation. That's right. Buy 3 select Mesa brand tires and we'll give you 1 tire absolutely free when you pay installation. But hurry in. This deal won't last forever. Start your holiday shopping early at your local Big O and get your car winter ready. November 15th through the 29th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Joining us in studio this morning, Ms. Donna Oracion from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. How are you doing this morning?
Fine. How are you doing?
Oh, doing real good. Doing
good.
Better than Mike this morning.
Yes.
That's for darn sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously a busy time. We're, coming off festival season.
Yes.
Everybody's kind of, resting on their laurels a bit for, the successes of the fair time and all that. And now we're gearing up for holidays, for Thanksgiving,
right,
for Christmas, and all that hectic hullabaloo.
Yeah, we're winding down. Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe, winding down the fall semester already. But we do have a few important events coming up to kind of take us into our Christmas break. So the first thing is the turkey trot, our second turkey trot. We missed 2020. We did it first time in 2019, but it will be this Saturday, November 20th. It's a 5K fun run, and then we're also doing a 1-mile memorial run walk for David Gonzalez, who was a broadcaster here in Roswell. We're doing it, start out at the PE Center, so registration is 7. You don't need to register in advance or anything. Just show up. Starting around 7 at our PE Center. And if you want to do the Memorial Fun Run Walk, that starts at 8, and then the 5K starts at 9. And it's a route that basically walks all around the Air Center, so around Earl Cummings and all that. So we have it all blocked off. We'll have security, safe cones, that sort of thing. So a safe walk, but you'll get to explore the Air Center. If you never really walked around the Air Center, you can check out all the hangars and whatnot.
A lot of history out there.
There is a lot of history.
A lot of stuff. Honestly, because you drive down, and the problem with going to the base is everybody, you hit the 50 miles an hour, and eventually you're kind of in that mode. You're like,
right.
I'm in highway mode. I'm just going to get to my destination. You don't look around a lot.
No.
There's the Quonset huts out there. I mean, there's
Very
so many
quaint.
cool features out there.
Right. So the entry fee for the run walk, there's no cost involved. We're just supporting the Salvation Army and Friends of Roswell Animals. So you can bring a non-perishable food item or dog or cat food, and that's your entry. And they will be collection stations for both of those items, all those items. So very nice thing to do to help the community. Get out and enjoy some fresh air. And the weather looks to be a little chilly first thing Saturday morning, but not bad. It'll warm up.
It's going to be low to mid 30s first thing in the morning, but it should warm up quite nicely. Right around mid morning, it should be hitting about 50s, 60s. They're saying 75 for the highs.
Right. So I think it'll be a nice morning as long as we don't have any wind, things like that, but dry. So we're really looking forward to doing this again. And just invite anybody come out. The other thing that we're doing is if you want to bring your pet, you can dress up your pet. We'll have a little pet contest as well. There's a prize for that. So if you want to dress your dog or a cat like a turkey or some other festive fall animal or whatever you would like, grab your old Halloween costume. You still want to bring that out one more time. You're welcome to bring your pets as well.
Very cool. Very cool.
So,
one of the curses of being a DJ is you just learn like random facts that they serve no purpose whatsoever other than to occupy a part of your brain.
Right.
So I learned the other day, and now I'm going to curse you with this information so you can take it with you. Did you know that the turkey trot predates the marathon in America?
What?
By 1 year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, in Boston, they held the turkey trot 1 year before the Boston Marathon, which was the first marathon in
wow. So. I did not know that. That's good. That's good random trivia to know.
So fun fact, and not going to serve you any purpose whatsoever.
Well, you never know. Never know.
It provides filler for a morning show.
Yes, it does. You always have to have that quick-witted information in case you have a void to fill, right? It's silence. You don't want silence is deadly for radio.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that way when you walk away, they're like, that guy knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I really don't.
He knows a lot of stuff.
I know very little, like pertinent information. I have a lot of random facts bouncing around.
Awesome. Well, good.
Career. But yes, Turkey Trot happening this Saturday.
So this Saturday, just again, you don't have to register in advance. No cost involved, just cat food, dog food, or a non-perishable food item. So show up at our PE center at 7 o'clock or shortly after just to register, and we'll get you your bib and that sort of thing.
Excellent.
The other thing we have coming up is our foundation banquet. Our Ian Emmy Roswell Foundation banquet will be the 19th annual banquet. Again, we didn't do it last year, but we're doing it this year. It's usually earlier in the fall, but we had some delays. So we are doing it December 14th, and that will be in our Instructional Technology Center. And it's a luncheon from 11:30 to 1, $50 a person or $350 for a table of 8. If you're a business and would like to support our foundation or an individual, we'd love to have you. We do have reservations for this, so if you could RSVP by December 7th, you can call Craig Collins 624-7304, or the information's on our website as well. And this year we're honoring one of our foundation board members, one of our graduates actually, Jose Chavez. He's receiving our President's Distinguished Service Award. Cool. And then the Roswell Chavez County Economic Development Corporation is receiving our Diamond Service Award. Nice. So our banquet is really an opportunity to recognize people and businesses that support the college and the foundation over the years. So we're happy to recognize both of those.
Absolutely, it's
individuals.
one of those things that the foundation is sort of the lifeblood of what keeps the college going, and these folks are what keeps the foundation going. So we want to make sure that they feel honored.
Yes, and so again, it's we do all the money we raise as well goes back into our general fund. But again, it's mainly a recognition event, and we'd be thrilled to have anyone in the community that would like to come out. Again, we'll have a really nice lunch, 11:30 to 1. And if you haven't been out to our campus in our Instructional Technology Center, it's a really nice facility. We have some nice artwork in there that we've been kind of rematting and framing some of our artwork, and you can walk around the building and see that as well. So we're hoping that we have a good turnout. Again, that's December 14th. And of course, the Ian Emmy Roswell Foundation does support scholarships for numerous students throughout the year. We support a number of campus activities and professional development for our staff, that sort of thing. The foundation gives around $40,000 in scholarships every semester. And then we also, the foundation also gives up to about $50,000 to our presidential scholarship program.
That's incredible.
So it's a lot of money that we make sure that we support students, because that's what it's all about, and making sure that they have the funds available to attend college.
That's what it's all about, is making sure that those funds are available, because and you guys make so many different avenues available, different paths available for folks who just want to expand, to broaden their horizons, just to see what else is out there. Even folks that weren't even thinking about college, weren't even thinking about that as a next step. Like, I'm just going to get to work. Before you do, let's think about maybe a certification.
Right.
Take a class, see if there's something that piques your interest.
Yes, we have so much. Not only the we call the basics, arts and sciences, English, math, social studies, biology, but we have a lot of technical ed programs. Our HVAC program just received continuing accreditation by HVAC Excellence, which is a national accrediting organization. So if you want to get into the field of HVAC, commercial refrigeration, every business, every home has to have a heating or AC system, and they're becoming more complicated all the time.
Where are they ever?
And they need to have trained people that know how to work on those. So our program is a great way to get some skills, and you'll have a great skill to take anywhere. Again, job opportunities are tremendous. All of our graduates get jobs right away. Aviation maintenance, auto technology, welding. There's a lot of opportunities, just if you're interested in more hands-on kind of skills.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, healthcare is huge, and our nursing program, #1 in the state.
I was going to say the nursing program is top notch.
Yes.
At Eastern. I've known a lot
so we're really proud of that.
A lot of graduates from that program.
And we just started also bringing in new students in the spring semester as well. So we will open or have new classes in the fall and the spring. We're expanding that so we can graduate even more nurses.
Awesome.
And the deadline, I believe it's passed, but you might be able to squeak in if you really apply right away, like today, if you were interested. But if not, even if your application can't be accepted for this spring, at least you'll be in the pipeline for next fall. But again, it is an application process just to make sure certain requisites are met, that sort of thing. But again, you'll be trained really well by our nursing instructors and the technology we have on campus.
Absolutely. It just so much. I mean, you guys have access to just so much, state of the art, like modern equipment that's in the hands-on that you provide. And one of the other programs at the college that I think is benefits so much from just the location where you guys are at is the aviation maintenance program. Just because so much access to all those, the planes, all the different the manufacturers out there, and folks that partner with the program.
Right.
It's one of the best in the country.
It is, and we're fortunate to have a lot of the hands-on training aids that we have in the program, the equipment, the engines, but we also have live functional aircraft as well. We have a Boeing 727 that we can use for commercial training as well. So a lot of resources, as you say, and a lot of our graduates work at the Air Center. A lot of them have gone on to work all over the world. So really great track record for that program. And again, we accept new students in the spring for aviation maintenance as well. So,
absolutely.
So that's a lot going on there.
Sure.
And also wanted to mention, of course, with spring registration underway right now, we started November 1st. Classes start January 18th. So we give people, a few months to register, but an incentive we're doing next Monday and Tuesday because we are so thankful for our students, continuing and new. If you register next Monday and Tuesday, you can get a piece of pie and coffee and a $20 bookstore gift card as well. So you get some extra stuff if you come out Monday and Tuesday to our Student Services Center. They're open from 7:30 to 6. And so you can meet with an advisor. You can just kind of talk with somebody about what you want to do. You can maybe just get a quick little tour around the campus if you haven't been in a while. It's a great way to just kind of get that out of the way, get registered before the Thanksgiving holiday and before Christmas, that sort of thing. So you're all set.
I like it. What you should do, the pie with registration.
Yes.
Okay. Add a few more credits. We'll give you the whipped cream.
Ah.
Got to hold back on the whipped cream. We're trying to push
want whipped cream.
We want to push you to succeed in your first semester.
If you take one more class,
throw a
you can
whipped
have
cream
the dollop or the squeeze of whipped cream. That's a good idea.
That's right. Incentivize
a little extra. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but we want to encourage folks, to come on out and just check out Eastern New Mexico University Roswell. It's a fantastic first start. It's where I got my first start.
Awesome.
Right out of high school, I went straight into Eastern and I studied early childhood education. Actually went through the practicum and worked at the Child Development Center out there.
Okay.
It worked out real well. Now I'm in morning radio.
Yeah.
But there's so many great opportunities out there. And it's a chance to kind of find your footing and figure out your next step.
It is. And, we have so much student support. You don't have to worry if you think you're intimidated. We have tutors. We have our instructors that will work with you. We have online classes, on-campus classes. So we have just so much that you can take advantage of just right here in Roswell. And it's affordable, close to home, that sort of thing, all the things that we talk about. But you're not shortchanging yourself by attending E&MU Roswell. You really want to make sure that people know it's a quality institution. We just went through our accreditation visit for our national accreditation, and so far the signs look really good for that. So we'll receive our official report early next year. But we are definitely reviewed by outside accrediting agencies, so we know that our quality is top notch. So you don't have to worry about that.
It is a college in our community, but it is far from a community college. You guys are a university. You're an offshoot university. So many people have started their college careers here. My kid's mom started studying occupational safety here at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell, and just graduated with her master's degree.
Oh wow!
Started at New Mexico Mutual, got a great job from it. It's the slogan. It's cliche, but success literally does start right here.
And it's a pathway, like you say. You can start here, and then it'll lead you in so many different directions and things you didn't even realize that you could. Your skills would transfer to this other program or occupation, that sort of thing. So a lot of opportunities that we want to make sure people really appreciate and take advantage of.
Absolutely, and a lot of those programs that work closely with folks here in the community, like I was mentioning off the air. That my girlfriend's son is in the film program out there, and that they've been off campus shooting a movie for the last couple weeks. I actually passed by him over on College out by Cielo Grande. It's really funny because they had the whole the film set on one side with like the craft table, services table, and all that, and like 20 people just standing around, and then like on the other side of the road, there was one woman in like a respectable looking pantsuit.
Mhm.
She was obviously the feature for the camera.
Yep.
There were 2 cameras and a boom mic, but all just standing like huddled around this woman in like a 10 square foot area. It was just really funny. There was like a whole crew over here and then just this one little close-up shot right there. They just needed the skyline.
Right.
But just, interesting things like that. But
Yeah,
it's
our
such a
film program is another, like you say, we have gaming design. If you're
Yes.
interested in learning how to develop video games, animation, that sort of
huge
thing.
right now.
So that's also huge. So a lot of things you may not realize. So we really encourage people to just go to the website and click on programs and just scroll through all the programs we have. People say, I didn't know you offered that. I didn't know you offered that. You hear about nursing and aviation, but sometimes you don't hear about some of the other things we do as well. So, and we're also looking forward to graduation on December 9th.
Yes.
We will be graduating our fall classes of students December 9th in our Performing Arts Center. So we'll have 2 ceremonies just because of space restrictions and making sure we accommodate, make sure we have room for everybody because we want to give graduates the opportunity to bring friends and family. So we're giving tickets, five tickets per graduate for our 2 ceremonies. So one's at 5:30, one's at 7:30.
So if you get one of those tickets, you're special.
You're special.
That's right.
If you don't get one, then sorry, you might have to
Do that awkward thing where you hand them all out and you get to that last person, you're like, sorry.
Oh, I ran out. Yeah. But if there are graduates that won't use all of their 5, then the students can say, I'd like to have a few more if there are extra. So we try and accommodate as much as we can.
Sure, absolutely.
But again, that will be December 9th in our Performing Arts Center. So we haven't had an in-person graduation in a while. So we've had the virtual for a while. So this will be a nice time to have
Return to
people in
form.
person.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's something that this whole last year, and it feels like first of all, I can't believe we're already almost done with 2021.
I know.
I'm barely processing 2019, but this whole year has just kind of almost felt like an artificial year. Like everything's done, through digital and Zoom thing, and just to kind of get back to form, get back to seeing people face to face, shaking hands. It's nice.
Right. And of course, we know that the big C is still with us, but so we do have mask requirement on campus. We're open completely, but we do require masks to be worn indoors. So that's just one thing we are just trying to be, extra cautious on. Sure. We have, hand sanitizer and all of that around campus, but we're making sure that our students are as safe as they can be taking classes on campus.
And it still feels really early to start thinking about springtime, but
It does.
now is the best time to start getting things done. Get your FAFSA filled out, start
Right.
talking to an advisor. These are the first steps that you take to really get things going, and register now because the selection is best.
It is.
Classes
You
are wide
have
open.
your best chance of getting, depending on what schedule you like. If you like morning classes, if you're more into evening classes, if you'd rather be online, there are limits to the online classes. We do cap those as well. We just don't let them go into the hundreds. We have to make sure our instructors can keep up with everyone. Right. So just because you're taking an online class doesn't mean your class won't be closed or your section won't be closed. But again, if you do that before, get it done before Christmas break. The campus will be closed for winter break starting on the 23rd. But if you wait till January, it's always the rush. People will procrastinate. We know that. But you'll have until the 18th. The 18th is when classes start.
So plenty of time. Now's your window to get it done because, classes, as soon as winter breaks over, classes start right back January 6th. And
January 18th.
January 18th, excuse me,
Yes.
18th. And, so right away. December 23rd? That seems very late.
For our Christmas break?
Yeah.
Darn. I know.
Then again, I say that as a parent of a kid, a school age kid, and so we've had a lot of downtime last year. So it feels like they probably have to put more time in now.
Right.
Pay it back.
Yeah, the classes of course will end right on December I believe 7th.
Okay.
But the campus stays open, so our staff is still there for the couple weeks after that to make sure we close business and still can accommodate students, that sort of thing.
And it's end of year. You got a lot of things
grades
to
have to be finalized. There's a lot of things that still have to be done. So, but again, people are welcome to come on campus. We're open for events and meetings. Some places use our campus for facilities for meetings, that sort of thing. So
And a beautiful campus too. I mean, that's the thing about the campus out there is, like I say, it's not a community college. You have state-of-the-art facilities. You have some of the nicest facilities, honestly, in the state as far as like educational facilities. When I actually started out at Eastern, it was the year after they had built the ITC, like the very next year.
Okay.
And so it still had that new building smell, walking through there. But I mean, it was always, state of the art technology. I mean, you guys always had the forefront of everything that's necessary for a student to succeed. It's a great place to start.
It is, and we really thank our legislators for helping us. We have a lot of capital requests that are approved, and that's how we get some of the high dollar equipment that we get for our programs. And then, of course, our foundation and just maintaining our budgets keep us going and making sure our technology is up to date. And that's important for sure.
And lots of info waiting for you online. Head to roswell.enmu.edu for more info.
That's correct.
If folks want to reach out, maybe schedule some time with an advisor or just have some questions, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call just the main number, 624-7000, or the advising number, 624-7294. If you go on our website, there's also a text number that you can if you'd rather text somebody, you can just text that number. And then again, there's also a button right on the homepage to schedule an advising appointment online as well.
There you go. Lots of
options.
Lots of options to make it happen. But they're registering right now for the spring classes and lots of incentives to get it done. Go next week and get yourself some pie and coffee.
Get some pie and a bookstore gift card.
I got to tell you though, so my kid's mom's dad, when we first started going out, one of the things that if you messed up, like if you did his daughter wrong or whatever, he would take you out for pie and coffee. That was his thing. So whenever I hear pie and coffee, I'm like, what did I do?
So it doesn't have a good
it has a negative connotation.
You.
So what you need to do is wipe those negatives away, come on out and have some pie and coffee, and start your future with Easter.
Yes, it's a welcoming thing. It's not a punitive thing.
That's right.
That's right.
We won't sit you down and ask you how you messed up.
No, we won't give you the third degree. We'll help you, and you can have some. I think we'll have pecan, pumpkin, that sort of thing. So
yeah, sounds awesome. So you got all the info you need to know waiting for you at roswell.enmu.edu. Again, the turkey trot happening this Saturday. You can register right there in front of the PE Center. And again, roswell.enmu.edu for more info. Ms. Donna, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely appreciate having you here, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
19 away from 9 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with some local news.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A local man arrested and jailed for a string of vehicle burglaries in Roswell. Police say 21-year-old Ryan Shipman was arrested Saturday in relation to 3 of 7 cases that were reported to police since November 3rd. All but one of the crimes took place in an area bordered by West 2nd, West Summit, South Sycamore, and South Wyoming. Investigators said they located much of the stolen property taken from the vehicles at Shipman's home. The Roswell Museum and Art Center and the RMAC Foundation, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the inaugural Holiday Artisan Market, held at the Roswell Museum and Art Center. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 4th to December 18th, with an opening night party on December 3rd. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Procrastinators Club of America newsletter is called Last Month's Newsletter. Their first newsletter should be released any day now. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And good morning. 17 minutes away from 9 o'clock on this Tuesday morning, a morning without Mike Winters. Joining me in studio this morning is Ms. Tamara Schubert. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
The Chavez County Extension Office. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing real good. Doing good. So I was just talking about off the air that, while we're all gearing up for the holiday season, obviously, the wind down for the year, kind of cooling off our engines. You guys' engines are just now firing up and getting things going and back into full blown business mode.
Right. So October starts our new 4-H year. So all the kids are busy re-enrolling for their projects and stuff.
Right.
That's when new members are welcome to join us as well. And we just came off last week, in fact, our Christmas showcase with our extension clubs.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
How'd that go?
It was great. We had about 350 people-ish.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we reached a lot. So if they happen to miss it this year, they can also stop by the office and grab those coveted books that we talked about last time with all the craft ideas and recipes in them.
Yes. Those, I mean, and invaluable around this time of year. I can't tell you how many times you turn to, like, what am I going to do? There's a recipe right there.
There's about 70 pages of crafts and recipes for them. That's right.
Great ideas this holiday season. That's fantastic. So obviously, busy season. October was enrollment. How did enrollment go? Did you guys see a big uptick?
So we're open for enrollment until March is our last deadline. So they have a few months. But if they want to start with projects and stuff like that in January, when we kick off with those meetings, they want to make sure to get their enrollments in early.
Gotcha. What are the ages? Whereabouts are the ages?
So our Clover Buds start at age 5.
Okay.
And then our traditional 4-H come in at 8, and then go through your senior year of high school.
Excellent.
Yep.
Just all sorts of different avenues you can take as far as like 4-H goes. There's craft ideas. There's obviously the agriculture, things like that.
There's about 200 projects that you can take with our 4-H depending on what you want to do. So there's animals and indoor exhibits. So if they want to learn about leather craft or jewelry making, if they want to do baking, if they want to do rocketry even, I mean, we've got 200 different projects for them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This ain't your granddad's 4-H.
No.
Teach him how to send him to the moon and stuff. That's pretty awesome. I like keeping your eyes on the skies. That's very cool. Very cool. So, well, awesome. So you have until March to get registered, and obviously starts at age 5. Now, obviously the big season, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair wrapping up. That's the big showcase for everything for all the kids. How'd that go?
It went great. So Eastern is our last fair. So they go through county and then state and through Eastern. They had a great turnout, great indoor exhibits. And so, like I said, they're just gearing up for that. It's kind of the flip the switch to the new year.
Right. As soon as you wrap up, you're like, okay, quick breather, and hit it back. Back
there we go
on the road again.
Yes,
exactly. And that's one thing you don't think about is the festival circuit, like you say, because you start off the county fair, and working in radio, I didn't realize it until I started working here that there's fairs in the summertime. What's that about?
So depending on what livestock that you do, they do jackpot all summer, starting in early spring through summer. So they can travel around the state. They can travel state to state. So there's lots of things for them to do with their animals even during the summer.
Sure. Lots of opportunities to show, lots of opportunities to learn.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you guys are busy. Very cool. So now so you mentioned some of the avenues that the kids can take as far as like 4-H goes. What do you find most of the kids pique their interest in? What programs do you find get the most attention?
Livestock down here is pretty big. Mm-hmm. The farming and ranching community, we pull in a lot of those. Baking is large with the community as well. But it really just depends on what you're interested in. So we've got something for everybody. We encourage them. So if you're not into projects, there's lots of leadership and citizenship opportunities for them. We do have activities that they can go to at the county and the state level. So there's some leadership opportunities. There's public speaking, things like that for them as well.
Very cool. Awesome. So now if folks want more information, if they want to reach out to you, find out what 4-H is all about, what are some resources that are out there?
So they can always come by and visit with us at the office. It's 200 East Chisholm, suite number 4. We're just across from the health department down their office, Southeast Maine.
Okay.
They're always welcome to come by and visit us, give us a call. We do have a Facebook page with some of our activities, and some of our clubs have a Facebook page too, so they can look and see what's going on in different clubs.
Excellent. Always a good resource there to keep track of what's going on with 4-H, with FFA, with all those groups. Facebook, Meta, always there to give you all the info that you need to know. Very cool. So the season, the enrollment season goes through March.
Yes.
So you got plenty of time to get enrolled. Again, if this is something that piques your interest, parents out there, you're looking for something to get your kids out involved. We've been cooped up for the last 2 years. This is a great chance to kind of let them stretch their legs a little bit and see where their talents lie.
They are, and they're getting ready to kick off a statewide community service project. So they are collecting foods. They're doing a food drive to raise awareness for food insecurities in New Mexico. Okay. So they just started a statewide food drive that runs through January. So they've got a community service aspect to 4-H as well.
Excellent. So, and that's a huge part of it. Yes, you got the community involvement. Obviously, getting the kids out there, teach them a skill, a trade, a craft. But obviously, get involved with the community, helping out with, different projects, different charities that need assistance. That's, it's giving those kids the foundations of character that they're going to get them down
That's
the road
exactly
for years
right.
to come. That's awesome. Well, again, if folks want more information, what's the number they can reach out to you and get more info?
622-3210.
622-3210 for more info about enrollment in 4-H.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, Tamara, thanks so much for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
having you. And let's get the kids out there and enrolled, because we're all, we've all been cooped up. God knows I'm sick of my kids. Let's make them someone else's problem for just a few hours a week. That's all we're talking about. Just a few hours a week. Let them learn leathercraft. I could use a new belt.
There you go. Yeah. That is one of the great projects they can do.
Heck yeah.
Need a
Rhiannon.
wallet, need new shoes, come see us.
Rhiannon, hope you're listening. Time to get to work. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate having you. 11 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with, I believe this is our Travis County Sports Report.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The nation's biggest employers still see insurance coverage as an important benefit to provide. The experts say big companies are adjusting to how those benefit needs have changed during the COVID-19 pandemic. They want to improve mental health care going forward and find the right balance for telemedicine and in-person care. A Florida-based U.S. Navy flight officer has been convicted of buying guns for a Chinese businessman who was later convicted of export crimes. Authorities say 36-year-old Lieutenant Fan Yang also lied about his relationship with the businessman on security forms. Yang was found guilty of several charges in Jacksonville federal court. On Wall Street, the Dow down 12 points to 36,087. The Nasdaq dropped 7 to 15,853. And the S&P 500 down to 4,682. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Get up to $4,000 overbook at Roswell Nissan. You heard that right. Up to $4,000 overbook for your trade. Trade values are setting records, so bring it in and upgrade. With $1 down, no payments till next year, and up to $4,000 for your trade, now is the time. Roswell Nissan has special programs available that can make it happen for you regardless of your situation. Get a free turkey with an appraisal and free AirPods with a qualified test drive. Up to $4,000 overbook. On now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy. Like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company, but come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 622-4455.
Where can you find the best selection of beautiful and unique home decor in the region? Easy. Casa Decor in Ruidoso. For years, people from all over have come to Casa Decor for the best selection of rustic, real wood furniture, beautiful decor from the Southwest and beyond, and quality outdoor furniture and accessories that are built to last a lifetime. At Casa Decor, they have over 10,000 square feet of showroom for everything you need. Casa Decor opens 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 at 1214 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso, or online at casadecorruidoso.com. Proud supporter of local high school sports.
Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and Fiero 106.1 for a live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. Gear up for Thanksgiving and make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda, with a gravy boatload of savings and some awesome giveaways too, like a free turkey and a 12-pack just for stopping by, free pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive, free hot dogs and Pepsi products, stuff for the kiddos, free swag, and more. See you Saturday, 10 to 1, as we make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Movie trailers were originally shown after the movie, which is why they're called trailers. Mike thought they named them after the mobile home. Here's Mike Winters.
I resemble that comment. I live in a mobile home. It's not very mobile. It's stuck in the ground. Still, though. Shut up. 6 minutes away from 9 o'clock, Sean Smalls, Inside Your Radios, filling in for Mixmaster Mike Winters. He'll be back inside your radios tomorrow, barring any complications from the procedure. Actually, just got a picture of Mixmaster Mike just a few minutes ago. I'm going to assume that Kim sent this to me. Otherwise, I don't know how who got this number. But he seems to be in pretty good spirits. He looks to be comfortably in bed, and they've got the IV drip going. So I'm guessing he's on his back, so I'm guessing they haven't started the procedure yet. But he seems to be in relative comfort, so things should be going according to plan, and we'll have our Mikey back tomorrow, hopefully to regale us with all sorts of stories. His keister. Hey, wanted to remind you the Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico has got their historic Christmas book fair and more. That's coming up December the 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right over there at the Archives facility. That's next door to the Historical Society, right next door to the JP White House there at 208 North Lee in the Archives facility. Now, this historic book fair is an awesome chance for you to get just a selection of great books that you really can't find anywhere else. We're talking about out-of-print books, book signings by John LeMay as well as Donna Burchell, and all sorts of stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. Locally printed books, stuff that's been printed on a national level about Roswell and southeastern New Mexico. This is a great chance to own a piece of history that you really couldn't find anywhere else. Individuals making purchases for the book fair are also going to receive a holiday treat. Holiday mystery bags going to be available for purchase as well. You can also do your shopping online with their silent auction. Just go to roswellnmhistory.org to take part in the silent auction. That's roswellnmhistory.org for more information and to make your bid. And don't forget about the Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico's Loose Change Drive. They're collecting every single cent that they can get because it all goes to put a new roof on the JP White House. Obviously, the last year with storms, with hail, with all the other issues we've had the weather, it's made for some damage to the roof there at the JP White House. So to maintain our history there at the JP White House, we want to make sure to keep that place as nice as we can for as long as we can, and that starts with a good solid cover. You need to make sure the roof is good. So please donate your change wherever you see those loose change drive signs. Usually you'll see like a big a donation bucket, or here at the 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Studios, we have a giant Coke bottle out in the green room. We are taking your donations for, again, the Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico to help them get that roof put on the building. And obviously, with other fees and things, it costs money to run the place, folks. So let's make sure to keep that place going because, as you know, fourth graders, every single year take advantage of and go through the JP White House. Now, they haven't done that in the last year or so thanks to COVID, but they're still doing tours by appointment. So you can schedule an appointment, take your students through, or just your student through, let them really sink their teeth into and really dive into history, feet first, because you really get to experience it when you walk through the JP White House. Now, I personally haven't done it in a while, but that's one of the coolest parts about it is it's always changing. There's always new exhibits, new things to see up there. So if you haven't been in a while, this is a great chance to grab the kids and let them experience history right here in our own backyard at the JP White House there at the Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico. But again, help them out when and where you can. The book fair is going to be happening on December the 4th there at the Archives facility at 208 North Lee Avenue. And again, if you want more information, find a Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico on Facebook to learn more info right there. want to say a huge thank you to our guests so far this morning. Chatted up the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show that's going to be going down November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Again, tickets available at the door, only $2 to get you in the door. Kids 12 and under, absolutely free. Some great one-of-a-kind gift ideas out there as well. And big thanks to Ms. Donna Oracion from Eastern New Mexico University Roswell for joining us, chatting all about the goings-on there with the Turkey Trot this weekend and the activities happening at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell. Register online at roswell.emu.edu for more info. And a big thank you to Ms. Tamara Schubert for stopping by and chatting up the Chavez County Extension Office and all the goings-on there as well. Coming up next hour, going to be chit-chatting with Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric. As we get into the freezing season, there's things that you can do to save yourself some energy and some cold, hard cash. So stick around because we'll give you some tips, tricks, and ways to save you big money. That's happening next hour right here on A Morning Without Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Stay tuned.
Your home for Armed American Radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Few final words from the judge presiding over the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
All right, folks, you can retire to consider your verdicts.
Judge Bruce Schroeder sending the jurors off to deliberate the fate of 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, charged in the fatal shootings of two men, the wounding of a third during rioting in Kenosha last year. She is on the outs in official GOP circles in her home state of Wyoming. The state's Republican Party will no longer recognize Congresswoman Liz Cheney as a member of the GOP.
The 31-29 vote in Buffalo, Wyoming by the state party Central Committee followed votes by local GOP officials in about one-third of Wyoming's 23 counties to no longer recognize Cheney as a Republican. In February, the Wyoming GOP Central Committee voted overwhelmingly to censure the Congresswoman, Wyoming's lone U.S. representative, for voting to impeach the former president. In May, Republicans in Washington removed Cheney from a top congressional GOP leadership position after she continued to criticize Mr. Trump's assertion that voter fraud cost him re-election. Bernie Bennett reporting.
President Biden takes his infrastructure message to a bridge in Woodstock, New Hampshire this afternoon. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
It's an opportunity to highlight how this infrastructure bill can help communities, help people who are taking their kids to school, help people who are holding their breath as they're going across bridges, worrying about the safety and security of how they're traveling, to do exactly that.
The president working to sell the $1.2 trillion plan to Americans. He signed it into law yesterday. He calls President Biden an old friend. A warm greeting for Mr. Biden from China's President Xi Jinping. Two leaders talked for about 3.5 hours last evening via video hookup. On Wall Street, stocks are higher following an upbeat retail sales report for the month of October. Right now, the Dow up 110 points, the Nasdaq ahead 41, and the S&P is up 13 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-969-5511. 800-969-5511. 800-969-5511.
Australia's central bank governor says Australia's benchmark interest rate could remain at a record low until 2024, despite pandemic-induced inflation.
Philip Lowe told a Sydney Forum of Economists the Reserve Bank of Australia board does not plan to lift the cash rate until inflation settles in the target range of 2 to 3%, which is likely in late 2023. He says a first increase from 0.1% in 2024 is still plausible. Australia's inflation rate has risen, as have prices in many parts of the world, as economies bounce back from the pandemic, but such pressures are less pronounced than in many other countries. Jeremy House reporting.
2 explosions rocked Uganda's capital early today, killing at least 3 civilians in what police describe as a coordinated attack by terrorists. 3 suicide bombers also died in the blasts. News and analysis, townhall.com. British police have released 4 men arrested under terrorism laws and have named a suspect. They investigate the explosion of a taxi outside a hospital in Liverpool.
Police have named the suspected bomber who died as 32-year-old Emad al-Swilmeen, who came to Britain as an asylum seeker several years ago and had converted to Christianity. Al-Swilmeen was killed and a taxi driver injured when a blast ripped through the vehicle outside a Liverpool hospital on Sunday. Police have called the blast a terrorist act, but say they're still working to determine the motive. 4 men in their 20s detained under the Terrorism Act were released late Thursday. Police say they're satisfied with the accounts the men provided. Charles de Ledesma, London.
And again on Wall Street this hour, stocks in positive territory. Right now, the Dow is up 105 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Invierno.
Of a morning without Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the second day of the rest of your life. Get up, get out of, and do something about it. Again, we are without our fearless leader today, Mixmaster Mike. Probably right about now, up on his side, getting things done.
I heard you say he was doing well, though.
He's doing well. Yeah, seems to be in good spirits. And you know, as is usually the case, you know, after the anesthesia kicks in, he's feeling a no pain.
I'd hope not.
His care is in others' hands. Pardon the pun.
I'm allergic to anesthesia.
Are you really?
No.
Oh,
but I'm saying it'd be interesting if he was. Then I don't know what you would do.
That would definitely be a bummer. I've known people who found out they were allergic to anesthesia because of anesthesia. Like they went under and didn't go under. So they were in the middle of getting procedures done and woke up. And that is not something you want to wake up for. I'll tell you, the sedation that I've been put under recently at the dentist's office, it's a mild sedation. Like it is, you don't really actually feel yourself going under. Which, and they it's intentional because, you know, they have to, you know, you maintain your faculties after the fact and, you know, you can't get yourself home, but you have to get to your car and stuff like that. So it's a mild sedation. But that having been said, on several occasions while under that sedation, I have come to. It's a very interesting thing because you're, you know, not feeling any pain, obviously, because the locals kicked in. But it's the process of like, you know, I'm awake. I'm not supposed to be awake right now. And then they'll put the hand on the forehead, put you back down. Calm down. Okay. I'm not gonna whip out a handgun or anything. We're calm. Everything's fine. But yeah, Mike under anesthesia right now and getting things done. He'll be back inside your radios hopefully tomorrow to regale us with all sorts of interesting stories from the polyp removal party.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, it's just maintenance at that point. Going in and keep making sure that no new polyps have developed or no colonies have started like planning ahead. And
There's no way he can check himself.
no, I'm probably not. I would imagine there's probably maybe a series of mirrors.
I'm just picturing like an over-the-counter camera.
They have to go. Well, they have to go in every year and make sure that there's not new developing polyps, because what happens is those polyps get weird ideas and decide they want to take over the rest of the body. Next thing you know, you got polyps traveling up to the brain. It's dangerous.
I guess you can have a brain polyp, can't you?
Probably. I was just being
No, it just
facetious.
sounds familiar.
I don't think it's called a polyp at that point. I think it's called a hemorrhage. At that point, you're hemorrhaging. Probably not a good thing for the brain in any case. But that's no matter, because Mixmaster Mike will be just fine and back inside your radios. This took a dark turn. He'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Coming up this hour, here in at about 9:15 or so, going to be chit-chatting with Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric as we gear up for the freezing season. Obviously, the heat is going to be it's going to be a factor. Bills are going to be on the rise. We've got some simple ways that you can keep your house warm for the wintertime months without breaking the bank. We'll chat about that coming up here in just a few minutes on this Tuesday morning. Plus, of course, all your other hourly features, which I believe your Hannity update this hour, which will be coming up here in just a few minutes. Plus, anything else that happens to come across this hallowed desk. 10 minutes now after 9 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Let's get you up to date with the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Had a gas bubble there. Currently 55 degrees around Roswell Way. Humidity about 29%. Wind speed at about out of the northeast at about 5 miles an hour. And I can let you know that we have officially entered that red flag warning, and we are going to be under that red flag warning until 7 o'clock tonight. So bear that in mind. No burning. Lots of wind out there. So maintain any kind of flames that you have. Please extinguish them before you walk away from them. And again, no burning in or around campgrounds or anything else here in southeastern New Mexico. But again, barometer about 30 inches with a dew point of 23 degrees. That red flag warning, again, continuing through 7 o'clock tonight. Looking at sunny skies with a high of around 85 degrees. Mostly going to be calm today with winds out of the southwest 5 to 15 miles an hour. Those increasing to between 15 to 20 later on in the afternoon. For tonight, mostly clear, dropping down to about 42 for the overnight low. Winds out of the west 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly sunny with a high of around 69 degrees. Northwest winds 10 to 15, becoming northeast later on in the afternoon as well. Then for your Wednesday night, partly cloudy, dropping down to 33 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny skies getting up to about 56 degrees for the high. Going to be winds out of the east at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south later in the afternoon. For Thursday night, mostly clear, dropping down to 31 degrees. Friday, 69 and sunny skies, 75 and mostly sunny for your Saturday, and a high of around 68 degrees on Sunday with mostly sunny skies as well. Getting into Monday, mostly sunny skies and a high of around 64 degrees. Real quickly, I wanted to remind you that coming up this Saturday, we're going to be broadcasting live on our sister stations, 92.9 The Brand and Fierro 106.1, Fierro 106.1 FM. Out at Roswell Honda as we give you the November to Remember. We're going to be getting you ready for the Thanksgiving season. Get you set up with all sorts of tasty treats, including a 12-pack and a turkey just for stopping by. Get you a pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive. We'll have free lunch for you out there as well. Giveaways, prizes, and some great stuff. Fun time to be had by all. It's all happening 10 to 1 out at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. Come on out and join us as we broadcast live this Saturday from 10 to 1 alongside our sister station, Fierro 106.1 and 92.9 The Brand. 13 minutes after 9 o'clock on your Tuesday. Pause, pay a couple of these bills, and after these, going to be chit-chat with Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric on A Morning Without Mike Winters. Stay tuned.
This is another commercial from your friends at Roswell Ford, so you're probably expecting to hear about all the great deals here at the Tailgate Nation. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. First, we want to talk about buying a car from you. Roswell Ford is looking for gently used, late-model cars and trucks, and if you have one, we're prepared to pay top dollar for it, even if you're not ready to buy anything from us. Just bring it in and see how much it's worth. You'll probably be surprised. And if you are looking to trade up, Roswell Ford has 27 trucks, 30 SUVs, 22 cars, the largest pre-owned selection in southeastern New Mexico, like a Jeep Cherokee for just $10,900, a Ford Escape for just $11,900, and a Jeep Patriot for only $16,400, a Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT, just $19,900. And Roswell Ford backs each one with a 3-day money-back guarantee, so you won't be second-guessing yourself. Buying or selling, you can't go wrong when you're doing business with the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford.
Pico Propane and Fuels is pleased to join forces with Advanced Energy and Don Davis to serve the Roswell community. For over 25 years, Pico Propane and Fuels has been providing customers with high-quality products and reliable service. Discover the kind of service you deserve. From underground and above-ground tank installations to reliable deliveries of propane for your home or business, Pico Propane and Fuels wants to be your go-to partner. Running out of propane in the middle of a hot shower or while grilling outdoors would not be an ideal situation. Sign up for their free Keep Full program with tank monitoring and never worry about running out of propane again. They also offer convenient cylinder exchange and refills. Call Pico Propane and Fuels today, 575-622-7921 for all your propane needs. That's 575-622-7921 or visit them online at picopropane.com. Pico Propane and Fuels. We sell service.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907. or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 95% of people text things they could never say in person. Check your text messages. We just sent you something. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Joining us in studio this morning is Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric. How are you doing this morning?
I am good. Thank you so much for letting me come on today.
Hey, thanks for being here. We appreciate having you.
Yeah.
You filled out the shows. When Mike's told me last week, he's like, well, you got like one guest. I'm like, okay. He's like, but it's Leah. I'm like, okay, cool. We're good. But yeah, it filled out quite nicely. So,
well, good. I'm glad you had a slot for us to come and talk. So
I ain't stressed about it. We're doing good. And Mike's feeling no pain right now. So.
Yeah. Well, I will follow up with him in a day or two, see how he's doing.
Yeah, he'll be as he followed up last time. He said right afterwards he woke up. He was like, I don't know what day it was. I stood up and got dizzy, but other than that, he said he was just fine. So
good.
He'll be back in our inside of our radios tomorrow. But okay, obviously we're gearing up for a busy time of year. The freezing season's coming up. Temps rapidly dropping. Folks fighting with the urge to turn the heaters on.
Yes.
I've been battling with it. It's like, just grab another blanket. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's what I tell the people in my household. Just get another blanket. You'll be all right.
That's it. Bundle up. But obviously, the colder weather means increased bills. There's lots of other things to worry about. But this is a busy season for you guys at CBE.
It is. Well, and I'm glad I love the freezing season. We may have to use that in some of our publications or something. We'll give you credit for that, but that's really cool. So freezing season might lead you, like you said, to want to turn that heater on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just be sure that you're monitoring it closely. Make sure that you've switched out your filters. Try not to run it too hot, too long. Sometimes that can really bring up your bill. And if you're a CVE member right now, our fuel cost adjustment is a little bit higher than it's been for a while because we're still suffering some consequences from that freeze in February, right. December through February of last year. So it's we're trying to play catch up in paying for some of those bills. So just remember that your fuel cost adjustment's a little bit higher right now. Usually it's a credit. Right now it's not.
Sure.
So be cautious about what you're doing as far as efficiency. And run it maybe as little as possible and stay away from any of those little floor heaters or the little mobile heaters that go from room to room. If you do use those, be sure you have one that has a thermostat that can go off and on when you're through and unplug them if you don't need them. So
they drain even when you're not using them.
Oh, they do. Space heaters are the worst. They just they run up your bill.
Dangerous too. Very dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to get them anywhere near any curtains or any bedding or anything like that. So be cautious.
It's funny you mentioned the freeze from last year. It's sort of like put into the forefront in a way that we had not had before as just lay men and women, the power grid. And we started looking at Texas and how it affected the grid over there. And we don't think about the grid as being something that can be taxed. We think as you guys just have limitless power and you're just doling it out in little sugar packets to us.
Yes.
But no, the grid is impacted during colder weather.
Right. And it's nothing like we have seen in years and years. We get a lot of our wholesale power from the Oklahoma area, and they've been really smart about how they generate what they can send down to us. We're only one of 4 co-ops in this corner of New Mexico that do work with Western farmers, but we're all part of the Southwest Power Pool. So that Southwest Power Pool was in much better preparation for something like this than what Texas was dealing with.
Right.
And so we're pretty blessed about that. We did have some outages. We did have some damages. I think people are anticipating another hard winter this time too.
Sure.
So, which is another good point. If your home is not incredibly energy efficient and you would like it checked out, we are still offering that home energy audit. It's free. We work with Green Metal Energy. So if you do happen to get a postcard or some type of flyer from Green Metal Energy, we have been officially working with them since December of 2020.
Okay.
So we hadn't worked with them prior to that, but we do now. So home energy audit can help you with losing air through your windows, through your doors, even your outlets,
all
your
those little spaces
fireplace.
You don't think about. If you have window unit air conditioners, there's little cracks, on the side of that. The air is getting in and out.
That's right.
Making your power bill go up. So just those little things that they can come out and run your home down and make sure that everything's covered, and what's not covered they can take care of.
That's right. And the ductwork too has been very helpful, and they do seal around any of your plumbing penetration, so under your sinks and near your water heater, all of those kinds of things. So it's a very thorough, about 2-hour process, and I can't say enough good things about Green Metal Energy. So
and it's something that you touched on. It really is a testament to working with a cooperative, a number of different, places to draw resources from. Whereas you look at Texas, it was that one company, trying to figure it all out, make it work. Whereas, with Central Valley Electric, you guys have so many different partner agencies that you can draw resources from. It's what's best for the customer.
Yeah, and our general manager, Mr. Pinson, he does a great job of making sure that our resources are intact. It's a day and night kind of thing. It's not just an 8 to 5 job. It's around the clock, especially in the wintertime. So, or any other weather issue, not just the winter.
Right. It's wintertime, summertime. There's constantly issues at hand.
And you mentioned wind. We have a wind warning tonight. Is that right?
Yep. Red flag until 7 p.m.
Yeah. So wind is always an issue too for electric lines. Absolutely. So something to think about.
And something that we've been experiencing or seeing a lot in the news over the last several weeks. A lot of shipping issues, a lot of supply chain issues. People are saying Christmas might. It was funny that somebody said the other day is like Biden really is. He's really trying to reach full Grinch status. He's now trying to take our Christmas away. But,
oh my gosh!
But no. But I mean, everybody's been experiencing supply chain issues in all sorts of different areas, facets of industry. We're seeing a lot of price hikes, a lot of inflation in areas, and I mean, Central Valley Electric is obviously no different. You guys are dealing with the same issues.
Well, and we've been hearing for months about potential supply chain issues, potential workforce issues, but we are realizing some of those effects. So some of the projects that our engineering department have been working on, it's taking weeks and even months to get some of the supplies that they need to complete these jobs. So one of the things that we need to do is just stress to anybody that's in our territory or anywhere for that matter, I would assume, is that if you're planning to increase your power or your service at your business or at your home, call us now. If you plan to do some type of an expansion next year, call us now. If you're building new construction in our service territory, if it's a new home or a new office, a new building of any sort, call us now. We've got to be able to order the products that we need to finish out that job. And right now, to be very honest and very transparent, we're having difficulty getting poles. We're having difficulty getting wires. A few years ago, we went automated metering. So over the years, we've gotten away from our dial meters.
Right.
And, right now we can't get our automated meters. So we're having a hard time, but they're looking at every different aspect on how to order some, how to obtain some. But we are experiencing some of those supply chain issues, the workforce issues that are going along with that. So not at our facility, but, for whatever boat dock that those poles that we've ordered are sitting on.
Right.
Or shipping yard, whatever the case might be.
They're ordered. We're just playing the waiting game right
They're
now.
en route, but we just, we're not getting things timely.
Checks in the mail, all right?
Yes.
Yeah, so to speak.
So to speak.
But yeah, that's so if you are a business or even somebody residential that's going to be maybe planning on experiencing higher than normal power consumption, let Central Valley Electric know ahead of time.
Definitely.
That actually kind of touches on something which I'm curious about
Mm-hmm.
because, it's the end of 2021. They just over the summer officially started legalizing grows for different products. I'm curious if you guys have seen any kind of major spike in power consumption from grow ops.
We've had a couple of requests, and in the paperwork that we get, we don't always know clearly what it's for in the beginning, but have a hunch or two.
I was like, one can ascertain from putting certain things together, right?
Yeah. So there's been a couple that could possibly be, but we don't know that for sure yet.
Sure.
So,
but you guys haven't experienced any higher than normal requests, spikes, anything like that?
No, no. But we are steady though with some of the oil field work. And that's been nice to know that is continuing, regardless of our situation. Oil and gas seems to be doing fine.
Absolutely, gung-ho.
Yeah, and, there could have been a downfall in that, but it seems like there's a decent turnaround right now. So we are increasing power in some of the areas there in Eddy County and closer to Lee County, but Chaves County, we haven't seen a lot of changes. It seems like we've lost a couple of dairies that were in our service territory. But otherwise, seem to be steady.
Just chugging along.
Yes,
absolutely,
definitely.
Yeah, obviously, we joke because we feel like we're out of the thick of COVID. We're done with most of it, but there's still all the lingering effects. We're still doing the masks thing. We're still doing social distancing. COVID is still very much a real thing, and it dampens plans sometimes.
Right. We've been planning so hard for 2022. To offer the Washington, D.C. trip we call it the Government in Action Youth Tour. Mm-hmm. And we've sponsored kids for years and years and years.
Right.
In 2019, it was canceled altogether in Washington. In 2020, it was canceled altogether. Well, maybe I'm too ahead of myself. 2020, it was canceled altogether. 2021, it was canceled altogether. 22, we have the option to participate state by state. But along with that comes separating kids who are vaccinated, who are not vaccinated, and the expenses of that and the liability of that were just really too much to try to even bear.
Sure.
So the state of New Mexico as a whole, all the co-ops involved, decided to withdraw from the 2022 Washington trip. So it is a bummer because, I'm afraid that kids are going to forget that that's an option. And I hope we get to go back to that in 2023.
Yeah, but that's the thing is once we do get to go back, it's gonna be so much sweeter.
Yeah.
You cram 3 years worth of trip into that one trip. But yeah, that's it's an awesome opportunity when the kids have that to kind of go and see, like you said, government in action, see how the gears really turn.
Yeah, and they walk closely together, and they have big dinners together, and they have conferences together. They have speakers, and 1,000 kids in a room, and that hasn't happened in a while. So we look forward to doing it in 2023. If it's safe, we will definitely sign up. But for right now, 2022 is canceled for the state of New Mexico to participate. So
somebody pointed out that this year sounds like you're saying that the year 2020 succeeded. 2021, and next year sounds like a sequel to 2020.
Yes,
it's 2022. Oh God, what next?
Yeah.
So. But obviously, plans get dampened. But we'll keep our eyes on, keep our eyes moving forward, and we'll hopefully do something in 2023.
Well, and I think that people may sometimes be misguided by thinking that you're going to be resilient from a lot of the effects of this pandemic. But it hit us. It got to the point where it's affected us with our shipments. It's affected us with our activities, our events. The one great thing I can say is that we are back in the schools as much as they'll let us. And Roswell Independent School District has been great. We've gone to probably 11 elementary schools already this year. Awesome. And we've gotten to do our safety demonstration. And of course, it was all safe. The kids wore their masks. And as long as we were far enough apart from them, we didn't have to wear our masks during the presentation.
Did you guys go to Del Norte?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm just curious. That's where my kid is.
No, we haven't. There's 3 schools left that we haven't gone to. One decided not to participate, and then 2 we're waiting to hear from. So that's one of them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, but we'll be here all week. We have 3 demonstrations this week. So yeah, it'll be fun.
What is that process like? What, you just go in and there's a whole, I'm obviously educating the kids on safety, watch for power lines, things like that.
Yes, actually we do 5th grade. 5th grade seems to be the age where they're already learning about insulators and conductors and things like that.
Okay.
So we bring in these 2 tabletop demonstration tables, and we plug them in just like you would anything else into the wall, and we start talking about how to stay, what if you're doing this? Stay away. What about a substation? Have you ever seen a substation? Have you ever seen this type of transformer? What does it do? What's the difference in an insulator and a conductor, and what happens if you get in a wreck and a power line falls on your vehicle or your bus or whatever the case might be. So, and we teach them how to get away from that vehicle safely if it's on fire, and only if it's on fire. Right. And we talk about equipment that might get in the line, such as some farm equipment, oil and gas equipment. And then we talk about how to use outlets safely and plug-ins, and how to use cords appropriately so that your little pets and little brothers and sisters don't get a hold of them. And so it's about a 35 to 40 minute presentation, and then the kids come back with a good 5 or 10 minutes worth of questions, and it's super nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
There's 2 or 3 of us that go each time, and you have to have at least one person with you for safety purposes. But it's voltage. I mean, you've got high voltage going through those lines, and all the safety equipment is worn as well.
Yeah, I mean, even in demonstration mode, it's still scary. You're still dealing with power. I mean, and that's great for kids too, because you can see that even in this demo mode, there is still danger. There's still, even when we have everything controlled, there are still some elements that may not be under our control.
That's right.
And so when that happens, what do you do?
Well, and one other thing that we talk about, which is another thing I should mention today, we talk about power lines when they're growing around trees. And if a tree is near a power line or is growing through a power line, you definitely want to stay away from that tree. But one of the things that some of our service crews are doing right now, even as we speak, are trimming down some trees. Okay. So in the Dexter area, in the Midway area, all through there, they're trimming some trees. And they may be making a mess today, but they'll get through it and clean it and make sure that you're all cleaned up by the end of the week, by the end of next week. So it's going to be a couple of weeks worth of trimming. So it's a good time of year for us to do that, so that your trees are starting to fall, the leaves are starting to fall. So it's good for us to clear all that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially fall time season. Obviously, things falling off trees that can cause even more issues.
The dryness of the trees. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny. You were talking about the presentation in classes. I was reminded. I'm glad that we here in America handle things from a perspective of let me teach you what power is, so you know what to do with when bad things happen.
Right.
There's a PSA that ran in Great Britain. For some reason, everywhere besides America, when it comes to their PSAs, they're messed up. There's a PSA in Great Britain, and basically it's these kids playing with a ball around a power grid, essentially. Substation, yeah. And this ball goes over the fence into the substation, and the kid goes and grabs the ball, and literally they just show this kid just getting fried.
Oh my gosh!
So so that's how they work in Britain. We're just going to scare the bejesus out of our children.
Yeah.
But we come with education.
Oh my gosh, they're going to show the whole thing.
Well,
and we do show some really graphic pictures for our high voltage arcing demo, which is the one that we hook onto the trailer and we take out to Eastern, to the bus depots. We take it to oil companies, to the fire department, you name it. And that one shows some really scary pictures, real life people that have been hurt or killed. And it's not really suitable for the younger kids, but thank goodness to Great Britain, I guess.
Electricity
being
really
so bold.
It really is like Wu-Tang Clan. It's nothing to mess with.
Oh no. And we tell the kids that too, stay away from even these guy wires that hold the tension on the poles. Those can be very dangerous. Then not that they're electrified, it's just that the tension can break, and oh my gosh, you never know what kind of accidents can happen.
Absolutely. We're dealing with real dangers out there. But you guys are, busy and out there, getting things taken care of, trimming things down, and really taking care of the community.
Oh yeah, I think the guys do a great job, and it just seems like CVE is a well-oiled machine to me.
Absolutely. So absolutely. So busy season, geared up for added increased stress on the grid. But if folks want more information about Central Valley Electric, about what you guys do, how do they go about getting a hold of you?
Well, if you want to just give us a call, we are happy to talk to you. We don't have automated systems unless it's after 1 a.m. And it's only for a few hours before they start up again in the morning. So call us 575-746-3571. And don't forget to dial the 575 these days, right?
Yep. Got to.
And check out our website at cvecoop.org. We also have a Facebook page, and that's where we post a lot of our events, things that are going on, the safety information, any job postings or job openings. So check us out there and our website, and be sure to call. I mean, we've got a full staff of people ready to talk to you and whatever your needs are. And if you are planning on building or you need a new contract on something with us, then we need to get that started. So just keep that in mind.
That's one thing about, and I think I mentioned this before, that with it being a co-op, it is about the power, but it's not about the power. It's about the people.
Yes.
The people are the power. And that's, you guys come together and it's a different experience than, the power company.
There you go. The people are the power. See, you are so good with all this verbiage. No wonder you're in radio.
We talk to your marketing people. We can make stuff happen. But yeah, Central Valley Electric, you guys are always doing above and beyond the call of duty, and we absolutely appreciate you. So cvecoop.org for all the info that you need to know, and they can get you informed.
That's right. We appreciate the time that we get to spend on the radio stations too, because there are a lot of listeners. We have learned that. So.
They let us know about it if we mess up. Trust me. This is the one place that actually happens. I've done it. Had station jobs before where I mess up and I don't get phone calls. Here they listen.
Oh,
they pay attention.
Yeah, I'm glad that they do, and I'm glad we're a part of it. So,
absolutely. Thanks
for letting us spread the word.
Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate your time, Ms. Leah. And next time you're in the area, we'll get you back in here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Appreciate you. 37 minutes after 9 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Let's get you up to date with some local news.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A local man arrested and jailed for a string of vehicle burglaries in Roswell. Police say 21-year-old Ryan Shipman was arrested Saturday in relation to 3 of 7 cases that reported to police since November 3rd. All but one of the crimes took place in an area bordered by West 2nd, West Summit, South Sycamore, and South Wyoming. Investigators said they located much of the stolen property taken from the vehicles at Shipman's home. The Roswell Museum and Art Center and the RMAC Foundation, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the inaugural Holiday Artisan Market. held at the Roswell Museum and Art Center. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 4th to December 18th, with an opening night party on December 3rd. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Top Biden economic advisor applauds the news that 4 million Americans have quit their jobs. Can you believe this? Okay, we have a nationwide labor shortage, continues to cripple economic growth, and a Biden official, literally a guy by the name of, the White House Council of Economic Advisors member Jared Bernstein, framed the labor crunch as, quote, a good sign, saying that employees now have more leverage to negotiate better paying roles. We have more than 4.4 million employees that left their jobs last month alone, the highest in 2 decades. There's nothing good about this. Democrats laugh when Lawrence Summers predicted in February that Joe Biden's inflation is not transitory. They're not laughing anymore.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, I've got good news today for parents that want to homeschool their children. Look, by now you've already heard about the Acellus learning system. It's now in use by 6,700 schools all over the country. And this year with the pandemic, Acellus, they've become the go-to solution for schooling students at home. Now, the good news today is more and more school districts, they are stepping in to pick up the cost of providing high-quality Acellus lessons to students studying at home. The program is called Cyber School, and the students study at home, and the local school district picks up the cost of the tuition. Now, check to see if your district is participating in cyberschool.com. Now, this is an opportunity to have Acellus best homeschool solution for your kids at no cost to you, the parents. That's cyberschool.com. Now, Acellus really works as a homeschool solution. Students can move at their own pace. Over 400 courses to choose from. It's a game changer that people have been looking for. Cyberschool.com. That's CYBRschool.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You cannot snore and dream at the same time, unless you're dreaming about snoring. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 20 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little gusty today. Wind up to 25 miles per hour ahead of an incoming cold front. Pretty warm. We'll be in the mid-80s, and we should have plenty of sunshine. Overnight, a few clouds down to the low 40s, and then sunny and cooler tomorrow with our highs between 70 and 75. Wednesday night looks fair, but getting cold with our low in the upper 20s and low 30s, mid-50s Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, get my weather pulled up over here. 55 degrees around Roswell Way, humidity around 29%. Winds out of the northeast at around 5 miles an hour. The barometer at about 30 inches with a dew point of 23 degrees. We are currently under a red flag wind warning through 7 p.m. tonight. So bear that in mind. Please extinguish your smoking material before you walk away, and no fires around southeastern New Mexico. That red flag warning through 7 p.m. tonight. Winds 5 to 15, currently upwards of 20 to 25 by the end of the afternoon. 85 for the high today. Mostly clear, 42 for the overnight low, and then winds out of the west between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Mostly sunny and a high of around 69 degrees for your Wednesday. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 15, becoming northeast later in the afternoon. Partly cloudy, a low of around 33 for your Wednesday night. Winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. And then sunny skies for your Thursday, only getting up to about 56 degrees, so it's going to be a bit cold for Thursday. But otherwise, east winds 5 to 10, becoming south later in the afternoon. Warming back up to 69 by Friday with sunny skies, back up to 75 by Saturday with mostly sunny skies, and dipping back down just a bit to 68 with mostly sunny skies for the high on Sunday. There you go. Geared up for the chilly weather season. I love this time of year, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and cool out. It's very very relaxing. Get the fire going. It's just a very somber time to be alive.
It's right before the freeze.
Yeah, it's right before the whole winter is coming thing. Fall is always my favorite time of year, though. I don't know. I give up on the holiday season. Since I was a kid, I don't really care about Christmas that much. I like to see, excitement in my kids' faces and make other people smile. But I don't know. Christmas just sort of lost its sheen for me as I became an adult.
Make some cookies.
Well, yeah, maybe. But Thanksgiving, man, this is like the prime time for me. I love the family coming together. My traditions. I mean, obviously, football and stuff. That's fun. My traditions were always the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and then the AKC Dog Show followed right after, hosted by John O'Hurley every year. Amazing show. But that'll be probably the same thing this year. Even though I don't have access to regular broadcast TV, I can always watch it on YouTube, the broadcast or whatever. I'm gonna check it out. It's fun. What do you are you a Thanksgiving person? Do you enjoy the holiday? Is it
Oh yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite part?
I think just the downtime.
Yeah. Just the not having to do anything.
The fact that it's a holiday and you can spend time with your family and pretty much just do stuff and food and.
Now I got to ask, because this is a big one that's going around on them internets. One Thanksgiving item, gun to your head, you got to kick it off your plate for the rest of your life. What are you getting rid of?
Ooh.
Said gun to your head.
Okay. I'm thinking.
I'm just kidding. I'll tell you mine if it'll help.
Yes.
Turkey.
What?
Seriously.
What?
I know.
What?
It's not a popular opinion, I admit. Turkey is overrated.
Sorry, I would have shot you.
There I said it.
You'd be dead.
Yeah, I know. Turkey it's just overrated.
It's meat.
It's meat. Sure, it's a protein.
Because there's ham too.
Exactly. But especially here in southeastern New Mexico, we've got tamales, we've got, asado, we've got all kinds of different options.
Yeah, you don't have to be traditional Thanksgiving
but everybody,
meal, but it's kind of, why not? It's an excuse to have turkey.
You put hours and hours into it. You stuff the bird with all sorts of aromatics. You baste it in its own juices.
It's healthy.
Much like what Mike is
It's
doing.
a healthy meat. You could have chicken too.
But that's the thing. It's not good.
Thanksgiving chicken, a Thanksgiving pork, a Thanksgiving brisket. You can have whatever you want.
Dark meat is okay. Like if dark meat turkey is okay. It's basically like palatable chicken, essentially. Like I'm okay with
That's
it.
what the sauce is for.
I know, the gravy and all that. But then at that point, just drink some gravy. Because you're just using turkey as a
it's
vehicle,
a meat. It's a protein.
A vehicle to get gravy into your mouth hole. So then just pick up the gravy boat and just drink some gravy. I mean, you're going to end up in the same high cholesterol unit of the hospital anyways. Might as well enjoy it.
I mean, you could have black beans too if you wanted.
Plus, you kick turkey off the plate. Think about all the extra room you've got for sides.
Yeah, but sides can,
So what about you? What's
quick?
What's your one thing you kick off?
I was thinking dessert to kick off.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because like the food, turkey, mashed potatoes is fine. Stuffing is great.
I heard somebody say
but by the time you get to dessert, I don't think you really want to eat anymore. But then again, I don't know if you'd want to just eliminate the dessert completely.
What we've done in my family traditionally is you eat your Thanksgiving meal. First of all, you're tortured by the desserts all day because it's like 17 pies in the kitchen. You're just like, I just want a piece. But then you do the meal, and then we always wait about an hour, let the food digest, kind of, exist for a minute, and then we dive into dessert. Because at that point, we've kind of worked up a hunger again, So save your dessert for maybe an hour and a half after the fact. Really enjoy it a lot more.
I guess it depends on just what's on the table.
Because
if you can have anything for Thanksgiving, I mean, you could have Hot Pockets and stuff too if you wanted to.
Sure could. Absolutely you could.
You could pretty much just whatever you want for a spread. There you go.
Cut up hot dogs, kids. It's a real single dad
Hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Now, I already decided this year I'm not going to go through the trouble of, getting all the stuff and making everything. I'm going to make a dish, and then me and the kids are going to Thanksgiving hop. We're going to go to a couple different Thanksgivings and just enjoy other people's company. That seems to be the right way to do things. Yeah, so there you go. But Thanksgiving fast approaching. Hopefully you've stocked up because, yes, store shelves are quickly running out of things. I will say this. If you're looking for a turkey, we got you covered this weekend at Roswell Honda. We'll be out broadcasting live 10 to 1 alongside our sister station, 92.9 The Brand and 106.1 Fierro FM. And we'll be doling out some free turkeys. Turkey in a 12-pack just for stopping by. You get
really?
Yeah.
A 12-pack of what?
Soda.
Okay.
12-pack of Pepsi.
I was going to say.
Let's clarify. 12-pack of Pepsi just for stopping by. So yeah, turkey and a 12-pack. Then you get a pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive. So
Ooh.
it's like half of Thanksgiving right there. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll have hot dogs and ice cold Pepsi products for you as well. So good time to be had by all. 10-1 at Roswell Honda this coming Saturday as we make it a November to remember. 12 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Let's pause and get you up to date with your Chavez County Sports Report.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Tough go at the state championships over the weekend in volleyball for Goddard, Hagerman, and Gateway Christian. Not because they played badly. No, they all played really well, but they lost to the eventual state champs in each case. And in one case, it was in the championship. Goddard fell to Artesia 3-2 on Friday, ended up sweeping Los Alamos and Pewaukee, and then lost to Artesia again 3-2 on Saturday, 16-14 in the fifth set. That was in Class 4A. In Class 2A, Hagerman's only losses of the tournament came to Tularosa. Tularosa was the state champion. The Wildcats never lost a set in their run. Gateway Christian made it to the championship game, losing to Melrose in 3 straight. But on the way, the Warriors swept past Springer, Rama, and Fort Sumner. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street rocketed higher this morning on the heels of a better-than-expected retail sales report.
The Commerce Department says retail sales rose a seasonally adjusted 1.7% in October. That's up from 0.8% in the previous month. Much of the gain reflected the fact that shoppers are also paying higher prices.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Walmart topped almost all expectations in the third quarter. The Bentonville, Arkansas company also raising its full-year earnings guidance. Walmart posted a profit of $3.1 billion, or $1.11 per share, in the third quarter. Home Depot sales continued to climb through the third quarter. Revenue rose 9.8% to $36.82 billion. That exceeded the $34.97 billion that Wall Street had been expecting. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
I've heard it said, speaking my mind is easy, speaking it tactfully, not so much. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Proverbs 15:15 says, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is keeping my mouth shut. There are times when we argue that it would be easy to lash out. So I have a choice to make. I can either feed the fire or quench it with my words.
Julie and I have learned there's going to be arguments, but we've learned to fight and argue, not to be right, but to get the situation right.
So the next time you're in an argument, try saying something kind from a genuine heart to bring peace in your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Roll into winter at Big O Tires Black Friday sale. Shop jaw-dropping deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more from November 15th through the 29th. These deals are so big, we couldn't fit them into just one day or even an entire weekend. Buy 3 select in-stock Mesa tires at your neighborhood Big O Tires and get one free when you pay installation. That's right, buy 3 select Mesa brand tires and we'll give you 1 tire absolutely free when you pay installation. But hurry in, this deal won't last forever. Start your holiday shopping early at your local Big O and get your car winter ready. November 15th through the 29th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Welcome to the Asian market. This is Nok. Right now we have a new ingredient like galanga, lemongrass, lime leaf, and Thai chili to make tom yam goong and tom kha gai. And try out new delicious new soup on Saturday. Come see me at the Asian Market, 5702 South Main. Call for order 840-5309.
Make it a November to remember at Roswell Honda. They've knocked the absolute stuffing out of the prices across the lot, so you'll save a gravy boatload. Like a 2015 Nissan Rogue for just $209 a month, a 2012 Civic for just $164 a month, or a 2012 Dodge Caravan for just $109 a month. Get a free turkey and a 12-pack of Pepsi just for stopping by, a pumpkin pie with a qualified test drive, and a $25 Albertsons gift card with a purchase. And register to win a $400 Visa shopping spree. November to remember on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Ketchup was used as a medicine back in the 1930s. Mike uses ketchup to make friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. 6 minutes away from 10 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us on this radio excursion without Mr. Mixmaster Mike Winters. He'll be back inside your radios tomorrow morning. He's just checked in. I guess he is not fully under the anesthesia yet because he actually just checked in. Although I'm not sure if he was checking in, texting us what we were talking about in our group text, or if he was letting us know the status of where he's at. But he just texted 3 words, drugs are good. Not sure if he's talking about his anesthesia or just drugs in general. But hey, Mike letting us know drugs indeed are good. 5 minutes away from 10 o'clock. And hey, if you missed any portion of today's show, you can always go back and listen to our show in its entirety over at ksvptv.com. Just click on the Mornings with Mike Winters tab, and there you'll be treated to the whole show in its entirety. Or here in just a bit, the master of the ones and the twos, Mr. Tanner, Hard R, himself, going to be piecemealing up these interviews and posting them up for you over on the 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook page as he gets those taken care of. Big thanks to the ladies from the Holiday Magic Arts and Crafts Show for joining us in the 7 o'clock hour, chatting all about that event coming up November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Lots of great gift ideas. If you're looking for something one-of-a-kind, unique, and never before seen or given, this is a great opportunity to expand your gift-giving horizons just a bit. So big thanks to the ladies from the Holiday Magic Show for stopping by and chatting in the 7 o'clock hour. In the 8 o'clock hour, chatted with Miss Donna from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, gearing up for all kinds of events. The Turkey Trot coming up this Saturday. Obviously, graduation happening in December, and getting excited for the spring semester that is fast approaching. Don't forget to register next week, next Monday, and I think she said Tuesday. Get yourself a piece of pie and a cup of coffee, all for your trouble. Big thanks to the Chaves County Extension Office for stopping by, Ms. Tammer for stopping by and chatting with us. All the activities with 4-H enrollment currently underway. So if you want to get your kids involved in something that's going to get them out of the house, teach them a skill, a craft, a trade, and give them something they can take with them for years and years to come, it's a great chance to do just that. Reach out and find out more about 4-H in Chaves County. And a big thanks to Miss Leah Boone from Central Valley Electric for stopping by and chatting with us all about the freezing season and things you can do to get your home in check with the energy audit. And obviously, the shortages, the shipping issues, they affect every aspect of our lives, and our power is no exception. Certain products that they need to make their power work, well, they're sitting on the dock of the bay somewhere. But making it work, we're overcoming. If you want more information about Central Valley Electric, find out more at cvecoop.org. 3 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Wanted to real quickly remind you that Main Street Roswell is participating in Small Business Saturday. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, November 27th, the nationwide Shop Small and Shop Local event, encouraging shoppers to keep your brains on the mom and pop shops. Shop downtown, the folks that live in our area, the folks that go to church on Sunday, that we see at baseball practice, that we see in the store. These are the folks that make Roswell happen. These are the lifeblood of our community. So we want to encourage you, and Main Street Roswell wants to encourage you to please shop small on this Small Business Saturday. Lots of local merchants and vendors in our area can have great discounts, great savings, and of course, some fantastic giveaways as well. So shop local for all of your gift-giving needs and proudly back our community together by supporting local businesses and each other. That's really what it's all about. Supporting each other, keeping each other, going and, viable in these tough times. Because we're in a weird time, societally. Societally? Yeah, societally. It's a very odd time to be alive. We're in this kind of, are we in post-pandemic mode? Are we still in the pandemic mode? What can we do? What, on a national level, what's open, what's not open? And sure, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of what ifs, but coming together as a community, that's the best way we can really show support and unity on a local level. So absolutely, this holiday season, shop small. Get what you need to get from the bigger stores. But when it comes to your gifts, when it comes to services, things right here in our community, keep your brains small, keep your brains local, and make sure to keep your money where it's going to do the most good. Big thanks to everybody for joining us on this Tuesday morning. Like I said, we'll get back to things as normal tomorrow with myself back in the co-captain's chair and Mixmaster Mike Winters right back here, carving his butt groove back into his chair. Hopefully, post-surgery, things will end up well. Big thanks to everybody for joining us on this Tuesday morning. Travis and Sexton up next. You are listening to 106.5 KEND, Roswell's Talk FM, Roswell, New Mexico. Till tomorrow, we'll see you.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.